everyone, and welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show.
So funny, I was like super empowered. I don't think I could sleep.
Still follows the same rules, has the same characters and all that stuff,
Yes.
but it just tweaks it a little bit.
You're reading fantasy, and it's so grounded. It's so completely grounded in reality.
Rule clarification, if we both get it wrong, do we get bonus points?
Soldier Simmons, it is my pleasure to now pin you, raising you from the rank of soldier to dedicated.
That didn't happen in the books, but it was awesome.
I nailed it.
I nailed that.
I nailed it. Let me bring you comfort about Egwene. I know you haven't seen her in a month, but let me tell you this story about how badass she is right now.
That fight scene, my boy went through 5 daggers.
Everybody's flower is different. I think we learned that in the books. This is I think for me, top 5 moments ever on screen.
When I read it, I felt empowered. I felt called to action.
One of the best quotes in the whole series is when Gaul says, "Do you like to dance, Perrin Abara?"
The Knights Who Say Chill.
AKA the band of really, really nice good guys.
Let a couple more drip on.
Can you drip your chain everywhere?
I am.
Do you have a chaser should you need it?
Can I have a little bit of mine too?
Oh, no.
Yo, this is good.
like-
Young people do like this now or something instead of this.
Oh, it's like this.
It's the heart emoji.
You don't jiggle.
It folds. I like the way you wiggle.
You
For
wiggle.
show. We're going to review the entirety of season 1 of the Wheel of Time. The whole thing. Finale of Rings of Power. Welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show! Hello, and welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show. We are, it's hard for me to fathom what's happening right now because the Wheel of Time, episodes 1 through 3, just came out this past week after like a year and a half of waiting, and yeah, I'm pretty much ridiculously excited about it. So the full Wheel and Chill squad is back, and we also have a returning guest from last year. This is my friend Erin. We go way back, and including all the way back to season 1 when she showed up as a guest as a show-only person to give us her perspective as someone who hasn't read the book 70,000 times like the rest of us have. So, welcome, Erin. Thank you for being here.
Glad to be here.
Round of applause. So, Erin, actually, fun fact, went to my watch party, with a WOT this past weekend, and this, if you're not following me on Instagram, which, first of all, what are you doing? But if you're not, I've got a little photo from that I want to show you. Okay, there it is. Aren't we cute? That is my jacket that she's wearing, and no, she's not Red Aja, but we wanted to be in theme, so that's what we did.
Awesome.
It's the way it should be experienced.
Did you share a picture?
I did, yeah, but you, if you're clearly following me on Instagram, so it doesn't matter.
I thought you were going to post it here.
I did. I'll share the rest of the photos with you.
I was about to say, I didn't see that pop up. All right.
It's okay. Okay, so what's up, everybody in the chat? Thank you all for being here. We are going to talk today about episodes 1 through 3 of The Wheel of Time Season 2. And the first hour and a half of this stream that we're starting early, admittedly, we usually start at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. The first hour and a half is going to be no book spoilers, unless, they overlap with show spoilers, but only that. Only if it's like they're the same. Otherwise, yeah, we're just show only for a while, and then we'll switch over and do book spoilers after that, and Erin will leave because she hasn't read the books. So, yes, let's...
No purpose, yes.
You have an insanely important purpose for the first half of this stream. So yes, Zeus and I thank you in the chat. It's no book spoilers. It will be in an hour and a half. Just wait. Because we want these show only little insights, you know what I mean? And if we don't, I do, and it's my YouTube channel. So here we are. So let's all introduce ourselves really quickly, except for I kind of introduced Erin, but I'll also let her talk if she wants to. Let's start with Winespring. Why don't you tell the people who you are?
That's me. I'm Winespring. I'm at Winespring Cafe, so come say hey and add me. I'm also using the hashtag #WhatEats, so you can follow all my recipe cards that I'm putting out there.
Do it.
That's it.
Hashtag #WhatEats. Use the hashtag. Make the recipes. Post them with the hashtag. All right, Tavern, you go ahead.
I love her recipes. They're so good. Tavern. I do TikToks and I do Twitter of time. I refuse to call it the other name. Instagram, and I am finder of things. I am finder of things and full of thinky thoughts today.
It's true. It's true. If you've been following him on Twitter, he's had so many insights, like wild numbers of insights. You can't even believe it.
Stupid.
It's why we're here. I'm Kritter XD. I do Wheel of Time and other fantasy content on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm McWayne Alvier on Twitter, and I have a Discord, and I do merch and all kinds of stuff. All the descriptions in the description of this video is all of our details. So instead of me going on about it, then you can just look there if you want. Before we get started, I also want to remind you that the writers of the WGA and the actors of SAG are still on strike right now, and if you have the means and haven't donated yet and want to, links for that are in the description of this video as well. I know that we had a pretty banging fundraiser recently on the Wheel Takes show, so if you've already donated, thank you. Like, after the fact, we had a really fun little segment on there. But I'm not going to wait around any longer, unless, Erin, you have anything else you want to say about yourself that I didn't say.
No, that was an excellent introduction to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so let's let also anybody in the chat, if you have any questions for a show-only person, that's Erin. So put them in there, and if I like the question, or if Tavern likes the question, or if Winespring likes the question, we will pose it to her. So, you have some power here. Okay, so first things first. How did everybody feel about the first 3 episodes? Shall we rank them? Best to worst? I think that's a fun way to get started.
I haven't thought about it. Okay, let's see.
Okay, I already know my answer. It's easy, okay? So
go.
I think they got better every single time. I think 3 was the best. I think 2 was the second best. And I think 1, while good, was the worst. I thought 1 was definitely the slowest, for sure. I liked the character work personally, but it was an adjustment, you know what I mean? Especially because some of the stuff was different than the stuff in the books. Episode 2 was just like this Seanchan fight at the end was pretty epic. Meeting Elayne was such a highlight. Oh my god, it was so fun.
Yes.
Finding out that Min was on the other side of the cell from Matt, amazing. And then episode 3, we lost Uno. In the worst possible way. We got Nynaeve's test. It was just it was a banger of an episode, and I cried, so I didn't cry in the other ones. I like to be, emotionally impacted. So, Erin, do you have your rating episodes?
Yes, I would go 3, 1, 2. I liked 1 better than 2.
Okay.
But 3 was my favorite.
Why? Tell us.
So 3 was the most happened, I felt like, that I actually cared about. 1 was a good intro, just a good catch up. 2, I thought dragged at parts.
Okay.
There were parts where we were with Perrin or where we were with Rand where it was like, where are we going?
Okay. Sure.
Hurry this along.
Sure.
So that's the way. I'm going to just say straight out, and I know we'll get into this later, but I don't fully understand what's happening with Perrin.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Okay. We can talk
Very
about that.
confused
Yeah, we'll talk
during
about
those
that later. Amazing. All right, Winespring, do you have your list?
I do. Okay. So number 1 is number 3.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And number 3 is number 1 because they say honey cakes multiple times.
I noticed that.
It is not bread this season. They're saying honey cakes. So, okay.
They heard
so
you.
1 is 3. They did. I was like, you guys, I feel so seen right now. You bitch enough and they respond. So, I mean, they love us. They love the fandom.
Not just honey cakes, Lan making honey cakes.
Yeah.
Like, what's better?
Perfect. So definitely check out #WhatEats if you need the recipe for those delicious honey cakes. I have it there for you.
Perfect.
Okay. Also, just the first 20 minutes being Nynaeve's testing. Like that is, I think Rafe on one of the extra credit things said that, that is kind of unusual for them. They really bounce around, but they really focused in on the testing.
Yeah.
And that just felt powerful and important. So I really liked that about episode 3. So 3 is 1. And then we're going to do for number 2, number 1. So I think that one because of Ingtar. I really, really like his character.
Okay.
Specifically, the line. Do what?
No, go.
Okay. So there's a line when it's Perrin and Ingtar talking about Uno wanting to leave the body of the soldier, of the person who who was the Darkfriend, and Ingtar says, which is why I'm in charge and not Uno. And I just got like full body chills. I was like, that's a good leader. I love this character. And I actually started paying attention to his character more. So that's why I picked that one. And then
he had some good lines.
Right?
Yeah.
And then 3 will be episode 2. And I'm trying to remember why I decided that. I think just because the other ones were better.
That makes a lot of sense.
Easy.
Tavern, what about you?
Episode 1 is definitely in third place. Not because it was bad, but because it bounced around a lot. It tried to. I mean, there was some good stuff in episode 1, and the fight was really good.
The Fade fight, that was sick.
The Fade fight was sick. But it just bounced around a lot. It was like they were trying to catch us all up in episode 1 so they could move on after, which is great. It just bounced around. Between second and first, it's kind of a toss-up to me. I really loved the stuff in the tower, which I think encompassed episode 3, but I also loved everything with Perrin and the Seanchan that was happening in episode 2. Not because of the fighting per se, but just because of, like you said, little moments with Ingtar and Elias and Perrin, the fun they were having with Uno, Massima being just quiet the entire freaking episode.
His arms spoke for him. Okay,
they did.
Be real.
And they were speaking in cursive. Because holy hell.
Yeah.
Super impressed with Massima.
Yeah.
Just the ease in which he fights is insane. So yeah, it's kind of a toss-up. I'm gonna probably give it. I'm gonna say 3 was first and episode 2 was second, only because we got a lot of really good stuff from the tower and from Rand, the Rand arc.
Yeah.
So it's 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so it's like 2 of us are tied and the other 2 are tied, right? So basically it goes to show that all the episodes were pretty great, right? I'm seeing in the chat, like, these are all better than all of the episodes of season 1. I'm not sure, just because I loved episode 7 so much because of the Tigraine clip, and that scene alone for me makes it really, really exciting. But okay, so somebody in the chat asked Erin, gosh, and it's like further up, so I don't remember who it was.
I saw it too, and I was gonna ask, but
they asked. Oh, here we go. Sunflower Sadai. Hello, Erin. Who is your favorite season 2 character?
Oh no, there was another one. All right.
Who's my favorite season 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I have several. Okay, I like Egwene because she's the little engine that could.
Oh.
Yes.
No matter, she's like,
so
you have the power, and she's like, I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep doing it.
She brings his people
she's
on
one of
here
my
on purpose.
favorites.
Hell yeah.
Moraine, because it's Rosamund Pike, and she's a great actress.
What are you
and
gonna
she never puts a foot wrong, no matter what she's doing. It's always perfect for the character. Those are probably my 2 favorites.
Okay.
I like Matt at times because he's very funny.
Okay. And how was the transition for you? Did you notice that Matt was different?
Oh yeah. So he's less the character. So the character who played Matt, or the guy who played Matt in last season, had a natural hot mess vibe that the new guy doesn't have as much.
No.
Okay.
No, I will say that Barney was probably more attractive than Donald, and I'm not saying that, to start fights and chat. He just had a little bit more of a swagger. No, he did. He had a little bit more of a swagger to him. Donald's a good-looking guy. I'm not saying he's not. But I just think that Barney had a better look to him, and he was also darker. But that was probably, the whole dagger thing didn't really leave a lot of room for it not to be dark, Matt.
Yeah.
So
I think every time Donald Finn grins, my heart just like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I can't, it's a hard thing to describe. I don't know. I love him. It just goes, it explodes, but in a really gentle butterfly wings kind of a way.
They're both very attractive, just in different ways.
They are.
Yes,
Yeah.
They are.
exactly.
Yeah. He wants a little bit more, I don't know, he's more clean cut looking, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Which one?
describe that?
Which one?
This one.
The new one.
The
The
new
new one.
guy.
Yeah.
Donalfin, right? Yeah.
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 I think Donalfin's body language is better for Matt. So the scene where he puts the pastry in his mouth and he just kind of pops up and dances over and slides down the bookshelf it is, or the chest or whatever.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa, that's Matt. It was perfect.
No, yeah, he's a lot lighter on his feet. It feels like it's
Yes.
you know,
Like he's
he's not,
dancing
yeah,
and
you know, no, yeah, he
Yeah.
fits the character a lot better, I think, or the way he's portraying him, anyways.
Yeah. Jessica Sadai in the chat. I think Donald so far has done a great job matching energy. He gives a good Matt. Yes, he does.
Yes.
I'm already in it. I was literally like, no one could do what Barney did. Like, I loved Barney as Matt, but now it's like, oh, just kidding. I'm dumb. That's why I'm not a casting director.
So there was a question way back at the beginning. I think it was Random Noman. He wanted to know if Erin trusts a skinny innkeeper.
Oh.
No, never trust a skinny innkeeper.
Did we like hammer that into you last season or something? How do you know this?
It's always a bad scene. I mean, why would
It's always a bad scene. She's like all over it.
Oh, speaking of skinny innkeepers,
Oh,
how are you feeling, Erin, about Celine?
What? Okay, so I don't understand why Rand is always. This is not a show with a lot of sex in it, naturally. So I don't get why he's always with these random women. Like he's the only one who's ever with anyone
He's
in this
Tavern.
entire show.
He's Tavern.
Oh, that's actually interesting, Tavern.
I'm just saying.
Huh?
And he's and
I
he's
never
supposed to
thought
be the
about
one
that
with
way.
like the great love. So I just,
You mean Egwene, his great love?
yes.
Yeah. Well, she thinks he's dead.
Which they acknowledge in one of those.
Yeah.
Episode 3 acknowledges that
and
that's who he's thinking
the
about.
backstory
He's
of
with
they're both
Celine.
working through some things. I get that.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't. I mean, if you're gonna make it about the sleeping around thing, do it with some other characters. I don't know why it's always him.
It's actually weird because, well, yeah, this is show. So yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I don't know how. I'm assuming it's Tavern. You know, that's the only thing I can think of. He's just pulling them in.
That Rand's always getting with me. Sorry, I realize now that I have the spoilers banner up. I'm gonna take it down because it is no spoilers, and that was an accident on my part.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So like,
And I mean, really, if we think about it, he's been with 2 women. That's not a lot.
Well,
That's not a lot. Okay, good point. But like, no, who's anybody else been with anyone?
Lan and Nynaeve, Lanny.
And he's 20.
That's true. Okay.
He's also
Yeah.
20, and
It's
it's
also weird.
Yeah.
He's
So
fried.
6 months
He's
between.
got fire coming out of him.
Yeah, I mean, 6
He's
months
going through a
between he
lot.
got his heart broken by what's her face, and he's hanging out with Celine.
Egwene,
What?
say her name.
What's her name?
Say her name. Her name's
Egwene.
I'm not
Egwene.
gonna do it.
So like,
I'll call
okay,
it Eggy.
this kind of brings me to a question. We talked about our favorite episodes, but for me, what's more interesting to think about, because we got 3 at once, is our favorite plots so far. You know what I mean? So we've got the White Tower plot, right, which is like Nynaeve and Egwene. We've got Rand and Celine. We've got Perrin and the boys. You know, the Shinarans. The boys.
Yeah.
And then we've got Matt and Min, basically. And so how do we feel about the plots so far? Because for me, personally, I wish Rand's plot would have moved faster. I'm kind of tired of the... Like, first of all, we didn't get almost any Rand in episode 1, which was very...
On purpose.
It was on purpose.
Very.
So that was fine. So I guess we only got 2 episodes with Rand, but it was like, I just want to see Rand do some cool shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a simple girl, you know? And I feel like he really hasn't just yet. The Loghain thing, while, like, seeing him talk to the old guy who was, like, afraid of Aiel and stuff, that was, like, really, really sweet, and I love that
amazing.
for characterization. But at the same time, I was like, why are we here? You know, because the Loghain thing ended up being a dead end. So why were we there? You know, so that plot for me is the weakest. And of course, the White Tower plot for me is the strongest. Like Nynaeve's test, Egwene and Elayne, like Alana just like bawling out constantly.
Anything with her? Anything at all?
Anything. Like
the whole Liandrin arc?
Yeah, Liandrin. Like,
oh my God.
The White Tower stuff is peak peak for me. Does anybody have like a
100%.
different assessment of how things are going?
No.
No. Okay,
I
we're
do.
about the
So
same.
I actually really like Rand's plot.
Okay, yeah,
I love
please.
all the subtleties that they give us with Rand. Like in season 1, one of my favorite moments is him walking into, I can't remember, maybe Tarvalon, and he grabs something, he eats it.
Yeah.
And you just see this curiosity, this excitement. And multiple times, I think 3 or 4 times this season already, they've shown him eating very plain food. And he's very determined. He looks very focused, like he's on this straight path while he's doing it. And there's just that difference with him and food. You know, I'm always looking for that. And then
that's why you like Alana.
I love Alana. Okay, like just a little. No, I'm not gonna use the word obsessed. Okay, so. But there's also another moment with Rand that's really subtle when he's walking through the foregate on his way to, you know, work as a caregiver, where he gives this kiddo money. And you know, he doesn't have a lot. He's living in the foregate, and you see him give this kid money and just keep going. I'm like, that's Rand. Like, that's a good character.
Yeah.
You know, and him serving as a caregiver, not just to like a veteran of war, like calls back to Nynaeve serving as a leader, you know, when she's cleaning the pond. And so you see him kind of having this, I'm the Dragon Reborn, I'm also Rand. And so all the little subtleties with him just make me really like his story.
Yeah, and they did one.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was going to move on.
I was going to say, to add to that, they did one thing that cemented the fact that he's been doing good in that community when he's heading for work, and that guy throws him a pita or whatever that.
Yeah.
Where's the recipe for that, by the way? The wine.
Yeah, where's the recipe for that?
The foregate flatbread. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Trademark.
That's beautiful.
That sounds amazing.
Nobody talk. I don't want to forget the words you just said.
Foregate flatbread. That's perfect.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean that small gesture shows that he's built a trust in the community, right? He's been there for a few months, and he's perfect. I mean, I do enjoy the subtleties in Rand's arc for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so embarrassed. Jessica, I don't think I mentioned Moraine and Lan and Perrin in when I said the different plots.
That's
also a plot. That's also a
so
plot.
many plots.
I still think Rand is the one that is my least favorite so far, but I'm ready for him to pop off because the inn burnt down.
You know he's gonna.
The inn burnt down. The Logain path is over, obviously, and so something's got to happen in episode 4, and I want to see it. But I say my second least favorite is actually the Moraine plot because I'm just getting I'm getting real tired of Moraine being mean to my guys.
Hey,
toxic and abusive.
By the way,
Wow.
somebody here said that the tension between the two of them were that Moraine were trying to push him away, and Lan wasn't having it. I'm pretty sure somebody on this show said that.
Oh, was that you?
I can't remember who it was.
I don't think it was you. I don't remember that.
On this show said that, and I was laughed at. Anyways,
I didn't laugh. Surely we didn't laugh at you. Come on.
I probably laughed.
Okay, speaking of Moraine and Lan, we'll just a little mild visual aid. Oh my gosh, I forgot to also say, Scott T subscribed on YouTube 18 minutes ago. Thank you so much. And Robert Thomas just now subscribed. So thank you guys all for being here and being amazing. Okay, I'm actually really curious about, unless somebody else had a worst, least favorite, most favorite plot that hasn't been.
Okay, most favorite is Liandrin for me.
Just Liandrin.
Just Liandrin.
Agreed, 100%.
A plot driver. Like she has her hands in everything, and it is fascinating to watch and wonder what string she's pulling with Nynaeve, especially. Like she's playing this long game with Nynaeve that looks like it's turning into Egwene, and I cannot wait to see like her reaction to Nynaeve getting back through the arches.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. And if I were to give an award for best acting so far in the season, Kate Fleetwood.
Yeah.
100%.
Especially her son. It's like
every scene she kills.
Yeah, that's hard to deny. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Anyways,
okay.
I know we're not supposed to like her, but I love her.
Hey, why not? We'll see what happens.
They even call her. I wrote it down in one of the episodes. Min says it.
They really like
cheeks or whatever she called her.
Oh, it's the cheekbones.
Oh,
She's like, is it a
Yeah,
dominatrix thing? It's the cheekbones.
She wants to be in the dominatrix. Okay, I get it. It's the cheekbones.
All right, so I can't wait any longer. Erin, before the show, said that there's a character or multiple characters maybe that are really annoying her. So I want to know who those are.
Okay, so, and this, nobody's going to agree with me on this, but it is a problem for me. Okay, so it changed a little in season, at the end of 3, with all the stuff that happened with the archers, but Nynaeve drives me crazy. Her big problem is that she's too
You're out. Kick her out. Kick her out. She's not invited here anymore. We're done. Bye, Erin.
I am too powerful. Woe is me. Oh my God. It's the same thing with Rand. You're too powerful? That's your big problem?
I can't hear this anymore.
Okay.
That was incredible.
Okay, hear me out. I do think I have to I have to back Erin up here just a little. Okay, so in the first 3 episodes, Nynaeve's episode 3 was incredibly strong, just like wild, amazing. But leading up to that, she was being like tugged around by Liandrin on a little leash, like being manipulated constantly. I mean, she was kind of she was being she was pushing back a little bit, but at the same time, like, it also the move in the first episode. Actually, I have a photo of that. The move in the first episode where she drank the water. Iconic. Like, that was so good.
That was a power move. That was a power move.
That was a power move. Yeah. But I kind of agree where it's like, what are you doing hanging out with this like obvious snake? Like, I don't know. There was a lot.
It's not even that. It's just she's
so
so
I have to push back on that. Just a little.
Oh, go ahead, push.
She's not being led around. I think she's like measuring and evaluating. Like, she wants the best teacher she can have. And so here's this person showing up and she's like, what are you gonna show me? Like, what is it? Like, because she's a strong leader. She's independent. She's incredibly talented and smart. And she's already been a leader of an entire town. Like, she's not going to waste her time with someone like, Alana, who isn't doing a good job with her, maybe, So here's this strong character showing up that is pushing her hard. And she's like, maybe this is what I need.
All right, well, here's my take on that. That's a good take.
I love your face, Kritter.
That's a good take, but here's the thing. So all of episode 2, starting with Yvonne and Maxim talking to her, why are you here?
Yeah.
Nynaeve is not at the tower for herself. She's there for somebody else. She's there to protect Egwene, and you can tell right from the very beginning of the tower scenes. If you notice, every novice has her hair the exact same way. 2 strands of hair pulled back, and then everything is cascading down, right? Except for Nynaeve. Everybody else is dressing alike except for Nynaeve, who still has her wisdom's belt.
She's not like other girls.
She doesn't, basically, she doesn't want to be there. She's intrigued by the power, but she doesn't want to be there, right? She's there for the wrong reasons. And so you're going to get, I'm sorry to say, kind of whiny Nynaeve.
Whiny Nynaeve!
I mean, that's kind of her from the books a little bit too. Like,
yeah, it is. It is. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but I can see where she can be a little annoying.
Yeah.
Especially in episode 1. Episode 3, I'd forgotten some of the backstory and we got that again, and I was like, okay. But no, the episode 1, I was like,
yeah, it's that, and I love Moraine. I love me some Moraine. Moraine was kind of
that's what
annoying
I was
as
say.
Shit.
Moraine was
in the first episode and part of the second episode.
Oh, she was making me so mad.
Yeah, she was pissing me off.
Okay, so you said Rand too. Like, why Rand?
It's the mopiness. I'm just too powerful, so I'm going to mope
just
around.
Get worse with Rand.
Yeah, with Rand, the mopiness, I'm too powerful. Right? And Nynaeve says, no one deserves that much power.
And Rand's the one with all of it.
All of it.
Yeah, you don't like the 2 most powerful channelers. That's interesting.
That is interesting. No one should have that much power.
It's just like, own it. You don't need to mope around. Do some good. Help the people. I don't know. Don't mope around about it and complain about it for like.
Beat up people that make fun of your patient.
Yeah. Well, that was
interesting.
I thought that was out of character, but.
Well, we're not really talking about things that happened in the books that didn't happen in the show.
No, I'm talking about in the show.
No,
in the show.
Right.
I mean, it's just like when we thought that in the show that Matt
I have to
had a
disagree with you,
character
Tavern.
when he came up with that bracelet, right, in the first season.
Yeah.
This felt out of character for what I've seen so far from Rand on the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Aaron, do you
Yeah,
think...
I totally disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm curious, like, before we get you, because you read the books, and kind of know more, Aaron, do you think that was out of character for Rand to beat the living hell out of that guy?
I didn't understand. Okay, so is it part... I didn't understand why he did it. It was random. Well,
it was
like
to get into to go talk to Logain at the sanatorium, because he was the one who got to go outside.
Okay, so I thought that's okay. So that makes more sense. I didn't think it was necessarily in character, but he seems to be a super nice guy, but very driven at certain points. So that was part of that. So yeah, no, I thought it was a little weird. I thought it was a little odd, but not that strange.
Okay. I got the vibe. Granted, it seemed obvious that he was going for what he was going for, but like it did feel like the channeling moment was kind of an accident. But Winespring, you were gonna go, so you go.
Okay, so I totally think that was exactly what Rand in the episode wanted to do.
That was his plan.
And I think that because it was his plan. After the guard startled the veteran, I'll call him.
Errol, yeah.
And Rand is kneeling down and they're talking, and Errol starts telling him different sword movements. I can't remember what they're called.
Sword forms, yeah.
He forms, thank you. He says, parting the silk to put him off balance.
Yep.
Reaping the barley before he can right himself straight to the heart. Okay, so I wrote that down. And then I watched the fight scene with Rand, and those are the steps he did. He knocked him off balance. He then attacked him, and he went straight for the heart with his fire channeling. Like, it is awesome. It's like he was given guidance on how to attack, and then he attacked.
Okay.
No, I don't disagree that was his plan, and that's actually really good, because I was looking for that, and I didn't make that connection. I was looking for the exact moves of the sword thing, kind of with his hand, but I didn't pay attention to the fact that he did. He got him off guard, and then no, that was excellent. I knew that's what he was doing when he was doing it. My thing is, for me, even on the show, the fact that Rand came up with an idea of hurting someone to get what he wanted, to me, was a bit off.
Out of here.
Yeah.
But they gave us a reason for Rand.
No, they did give us a reason. Oh, I get that, but it was just, like I said, it was just kind of, I just can't see him going out of his way to hurt somebody just to, But again,
I do think I think the show is showing us that he's he's got some kind of madness trickling in, or some kind of mental manipulation happening to him with the voices and all of that. And so part of me attributes what happened. Granted, I do think that the channeling mid-attack was an accident. And
that was accidental, yeah.
He didn't want it to go as far as it did. But I do think that maybe some of these little violent moments, or kind of bizarre plans that he's coming up with are sort of a result in some ways to this little bit of madness that's coming to him.
Did you hear what the Whisper said when his channeling went off accidentally when he was attacking that guy?
I'm sure I did, but I forgot.
If you listen closely, this is my take.
Okay.
I swear I hear, "Kill them all."
Okay, so
I wonder if the subtitles say that.
That would work.
No, it just says inaudible whispers. It says on the subtitles, but if you listen, you almost hear "kill them all."
Yes, we're currently still in show-only mode for another hour.
Show-only mode, no spoilers,
8:30 Central Time. Yeah, the voices are pretty freaky. I think that some of the voices, at least, sound like a Shamiel. How do we feel?
No, there are some that say, you are mine, Randall Thor. That's Ishii, for sure.
Yeah.
But some of the whispers, like I said, his power kind of went, and he hit that guy, and I heard somebody says, Larry Daniels says, the whisper of "kill him" when he channeled. But yeah, so it was like "kill him" or "kill them all" or something like that. When that accidental discharge of the source went off, which was kind of cool.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I feel bad saying
neat.
that the Rand plot is my least favorite, but I think it's just because I'm ready for Rand to do some really cool shit, and instead he's not yet. That's all. That's all. That's my only complaint.
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't really talked much yet about Perrin, right? The Shinarans. Perrin specifically. And Erin mentioned that she wasn't exactly sure. Sorry, I'm trying to find a picture of him that I can pull up for everybody else. She wasn't exactly sure what the hell is going on with his power. So let me just ask, Erin, if you have just a general idea of what is going on with Perrin, you know, like from your perspective.
Couple questions. One, I thought he was supposed to have wolf powers. Why is he seeing the past all of a sudden? Is it because the guy is like he thinks? Or are the wolf powers?
Oh, Elias? Is that it?
Yeah,
Elias, yeah.
Because there was that one time, there was a scene where Perrin went straight up to Elias and said,
"What are you doing?
What are you doing to me?"
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Okay. I get
so
that.
I'm just confused as to, do wolf powers equal seeing the past now?
I think
didn't know that was a thing you could
We're all
do.
wondering that, actually.
Yeah, that's
It looks like that's what they're doing, yeah. Like they're just making his powers just more badass.
I guess. Yeah, because that's not how it is in the books.
Yeah.
So the
I didn't want to say that because
sorry. Well, I know we're doing no book spoilers, but like it's just there is a way, let's put it this way. There is a way for Perrin there is a way for Perrin
Everything is fine
in the books to receive.
I got excited to kick my legs.
Well, I don't know if I should say this. It feels kind of book spoilery. Okay, so Perrin sometimes does see things, but not like this.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best way to put that.
Okay, so so the question is to us who read the books and are now watching the show: is this just the way they're gonna do it? Like, is it actually the same thing, but this is how they're visualizing it, or does he literally just see the past now? Is he like Min in reverse? He's like, you know, polar, whatever. I don't know. So, all right. So that was a question that you had. Do you have any other questions about Perrin?
Yeah. So I just think I don't know where his plot is going.
Okay.
What's the goal?
That's a good call. I don't have a clue right now either.
Well, no, you surely. Okay. In my mind, what's next?
I mean, I get it, some of it, but I've always been not happy about the way they're doing Perrin's powers. Because to me in season 1, it was very Teen Wolf kind of thing, right? And I just didn't dig it. It's gotten better. Season 2 already is 100% better. But they've changed it enough where I'm actually not sure what's going to happen next.
That's why I feel comfortable predicting this, because technically I don't know what's going to happen next. But the fact that Perrin got sent with a wolf and Elias sent him there makes me think that we are going to have a Perrin wolf brother training montage in episode 4.
Like dun 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 dun, and Perrin's running with wolves.
Perrin's got
like over his head and stuff.
Yeah, Perrin's got sheep like over his back. You know, he's carrying them like whatever.
Like chariots of fire through the woods.
It's a long way to go for a Rocky montage, though, isn't it? I mean,
it is.
Worth it.
But I think we need some. Thank you for the sub, Andrew Salvhus. Andrew Salvhus, appreciate you. I think we need our moment we need our coming to Jesus with Elias and Perrin. We haven't had that yet. They've been antagonistic to a certain extent up until this point, and I'm expecting Elias to train Perrin in his powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen.
That part I see. But as far as Perrin himself, I think his story has taken the biggest deviation.
You
okay, but there's also
so? Oh, we're not talking about that yet. Sorry.
Yeah, we're not talking about that yet. But that's my thought. That's why I'm kind
of... I disagree. But,
okay, but you also have Ishi getting involved with Perrin, like the creepy moment with the water.
Like touched his knee.
Getting Perrin water, and he's like staring at him all like longingly. And then he leaves the door unlocked. He makes it very easy for Elias to come open the door.
But he kicked that door in.
And let him out. Like, he wanted Perrin to leave. He wants Perrin to go. And he says something like, where is it? I had it. Oh, I don't have it up. Something along the lines of, I want to meet the monster. The more wolf you are, the more you're mine.
Yeah.
And I'll be watching your progress with great interest.
Erin,
Like,
Erin,
Ishi
do you believe
wanted
that?
him.
Huh?
Do you believe that? Do you believe the closer to the wolves Elias or Perrin gets, the closer he gets to the dark side?
No, I think that's too easy.
Okay.
Oh, easy. Ooh, interesting. What?
I mean, that can't be that's not the end game, right? I mean, he has to be trained to use his powers, but for good. I figured.
I would think so.
So he has to embrace the powers, but and then he's going to help his friends. I figured fight at the end. They all have to fully embrace their powers to win.
Okay, embrace their powers to win. I like that.
I like
the way you put that.
That's great. Love that.
Wow, look at you and your insights. We really like that. Okay, so
it's a really good way to put it.
No, it is. It
enough to
really
say.
is. Honestly, it's like very incredibly true for the books even.
You don't need to read the books now. You've got it.
No, I feel like
I got it all out.
You figured it out. Yeah, I personally think that Ishi is the father of lies for a reason. I think he was. I think he is afraid of Perrin at his full potential, and therefore doesn't want him to reach it.
You see fear? I totally see like admiration. Like the way, like when he's up on the platform with the Seanchan leader, and you see them like making like eye contact, like he is focused on Perrin, like he sees something there, like Liandrin does with Nynaeve. Like there's like almost a longing, is what I see with Ishi when he looks at Perrin. Like he wants Perrin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you go back to episode 1, the Darkfriend social, right? When Ishi's, well, the little girl's under the table, and you hear Ishi talking above, and he's saying, Rana Thor, and then somebody asked, do you want us to kill him? He says, or turn him so that, so I can use him, basically.
Yeah.
So he sees Rand and apparently Perrin as tools that he can turn to his side.
That's
so,
yeah.
So, and yeah, I can definitely see him keeping an eye on him to see if he can snag him at some point.
Okay, there's a question I'm desperate to ask Erin. It's a really good question. Anthony Medici asks, who does Erin think are the good guys and the bad guys as of now?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
The good guys and the bad guys?
Yeah, of like, the big characters like that we've seen a lot of.
Okay, well, so I think we're supposed to think. So our four main friends. There's 4, right?
5, if you include 9.
5 main friends. Okay, right about Matt. Okay, 5 main friends.
Oh, and Matt,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt.
Matt, don't forget Matt.
There are 5. I think the 5 main friends are supposed to be our good guys. Moraine's a good guy. Lan's a good guy. The Red Aes Sedai.
Liandrin
is supposed to be a bad guy, though I think she has moments where I'm like, I'm fine with you.
That's happening for all of us.
Friends are obviously bad guys. The Dark One is obviously a bad guy. I mean, I think it's pretty. I don't know that there's. I think most people, sometimes the other Aes Sedai annoy me, but I don't think that the White Aes Sedai, they're just a little too.
The which one?
Oh, the novices? Or
no,
the ones in white?
No, are they not white? I don't know. The people, the ones that are in charge, they're a little bossy.
Are you thinking of Shiriam because she has white hair? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. She's bossy. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's very. I don't think there's anybody who's like on the bubble. I guess Matt turned dark for like last season, but now he's back again amongst his friends. But I don't know anybody who's like, which way is he gonna go?
Okay.
Of the main characters.
So we haven't. Let's see. We haven't.
Oh, what about men?
I was just about to ask that. Good question.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Min's good.
Yeah.
You do?
Am I supposed to?
Even after like being sent with Matt and kind of deceiving him a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious what they're doing with Min.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I thought she was just like a guide, like a helpful guide person, and then they did that, and I was like, I don't understand.
Yeah, that was a bit of a twist. That was good. I didn't see that one coming.
Nope.
I gotta give him credit.
Wait. Okay, since we're all gloating, I forgot to gloat here.
Oh, you're gloating?
Yeah, Min's and Tarvalin. Who could have guessed?
I think
it was me.
Erin said that.
Also, remember the Lan still with him like riding gallantly on his horse, and I was like, "That's Nynaeve's accepted test." Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I think everybody was in agreement with that one.
I said it first.
Kritter wins.
Remember that time when I said it's hair?
Yeah.
And then somebody started talking trash about it. It's not hair.
No, I believe I led the conversation by saying it's a hood, and then you responded by saying no, it's hair. So
it's because it was hair.
Also, I just want to give a shout out to my mods right now. You all are doing the creators' work trying to keep people off of book spoilers for this first portion. So thank you so much. We are 45 minutes out. I appreciate you all for waiting. Let's see.
What time is it?
We've 7:46.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Min and Matt, what's next?
Riverboat.
A riverboat. Okay.
Here's the thing.
Okay, well, they have horses.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Bael Doman met with Moraine up in Arafel.
Okay.
Right, which is north of Tarvalon, if I'm not mistaken. And so she told him, take the boat, go south and then east and west.
He's going to pass through Tarvalon.
I have a feeling that they're going to run into an issue and end up with Bael Doman heading for Falm or Tomenhead or whatever.
Okay. I like that. So, Erin, did you get the sense that Bael Doman, the traitor guy that Moraine talked to in the first episode that had the funny accent, did you get the sense that he would be back, or did you figure he was a one-off?
No, I thought he was done. I think first of all, liked the actor, thought he did an amazing job, but I thought we were going to get a scene of him. He was there to set up that that something bad was coming.
Yeah.
And to get the heck out, and I didn't expect him to come back.
Yeah. Okay, something is frozen here for me. 1 second. Okay, we're back. It's fine. I switched scenes and then everything froze.
Okay, I'm glad that wasn't just me. I thought it was just me.
No, it wasn't just you. So yeah, Bael Doman is a recurring character in the books. I won't say anything other than that. And he did show up in book 1, and so we lost Winespring. Hopefully she comes back, or let me see if I can bring her back. Oh no, she's just fully gone. Okay. Oh, there she is. Okay, we're bringing her back.
She's back.
She's back. She's back.
Hey, Kritter, put your ring up to the camera real quick. Somebody has to see your ring.
Oh yeah, this one, or I guess both of them are here. But yeah, I'm blue. Obviously. I hope that was okay. I got it for Christmas last year. I think it's from Amazon. It's not one of the official ones, but it's held up pretty good. Oh, and this gem is not the one that came in. The gem fell out in the first half of a day of me wearing it at C2E2, but I measured it and I ordered a whole bag of gems. So now anytime one falls out, I just pop it back in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a question for Erin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've met a lot of new characters this season.
Oh.
I love the dynamic between Verin and Adelaus. How do you feel about him?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it works. I like the interplay. My favorite new character that I had was the Elayne when Elayne came in.
Yeah.
They were bonding. That was my favorite.
Love her.
But I like what they did with with Verin. I like what they did with that coupling too. The hardest part for me, honestly, never having watched the books. I've never watched the books. I've also never read the books. It's just the names. Just getting everyone's name down.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Even book readers struggle with
and
that too.
And be thankful that they're cutting quite a few of the named characters from the books, because you lose your mind. There's 2,300 named characters or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're already actually cutting one. Verin is replacing Van Deen, which, at least they picked somebody with a really similar name. But yeah, Verin didn't have a sister in the books, but now she does because Van Deen was Adelaus's. There's so much.
I love, and it's funny, I should have guessed that, because several times I was confused between the headshot of the actress that was playing Verin and the one that was playing Adelaus. If I looked really fast, I would get them confused, and I was like, man, they look a lot alike, but I'm pretty sure they're going to put wigs. I wasn't expecting them to do what they did, and
make them sisters.
Yeah, making them sisters.
Did they say they're sisters? I
Yeah.
actually don't remember.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're
Okay.
sisters. Yeah, they say it several times.
Varen says like me and my sister.
And not like sister Aes Sedai, like
No, sister. But when they
I
talk
thought
about
like they're just Aes Sedai. They're friends. They study together. Like
oh
they're
my
living
God,
together.
Winespring! I never even considered that they might not be. They might just be Aes Sedai.
I think they're just Aes Sedai sisters.
I don't know. They look too much alike.
I guess I just like I put two where it was like she said sister and usually it's Van Dien and Adelius who are sisters, but instead it's Varen, so I just assumed, wow, what if it's not?
I'm here to blow your mind. That's what I'm here for.
That's what we pay her. That's why we pay her the big bucks. That's why she gets the big bucks.
Go to Wadi. You know, hashtag Wadi.
Hashtag
Let that blow your taste buds.
Okay, one of the behind the scenes descriptions says blood sisters, so the very strong vibes they were giving off were accurate.
Okay.
There you
But
go.
yeah, so Adelius was cracking me up. Like she was killing me from her first line, where she starts asking Rand if it's too hot to wear pants.
Those heavy linen trousers.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, she was pretty excellent.
What do we think about Tomas?
Absolute babe of a silver
Phenomenal,
fox.
right?
Like, sorry. Oh, also, yeah, he seemed really insightful.
No, yeah, great character.
Yeah, I love all the like wisdom.
Are you looking
giving
at
Lan?
Meat Kritter?
What? No, I think he was great.
Did you objectify Tomas?
While also appreciating him as a person.
Yeah.
I've been doing that with everybody on the show, so we're good.
I mean, I didn't say it, but I'm glad you did, Tavern. It was here.
Yeah, it was. No, it's been like we met so many new characters, and so we haven't yet like really truly dug into Elayne, and since that's Erin's new favorite character, as I think it should be, because she's perfect as Elayne. Like
she was so good.
I can't get over how amazing she is, like as Elayne.
And how they've portrayed her in such a down to earth, but like everything that comes up does not faze her. She's well versed in everything that comes up.
She's got a good education. She's very well trained.
Incredible. And just in the way she says it, you can just tell. Oh, this linen is from the Western Andor, in the Two Rivers, right? I mean, just like what?
You're my subject.
No, I was gonna say, Erin, do
line.
you
You're
remember where she comes from? Because she reminded us several times.
Yes. Okay. I think the princess thing was interesting because she seems very down to earth for a princess.
Yeah.
She was.
I love you calling her a princess and not like daughter heir.
Whatever.
So different. Because she definitely has princess vibes. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I was getting. I was getting princess. I was getting that was generally the gist of where we were going. Yeah. No, she's got a lot of stuff. She's rich. Yes.
Indeed. And did anybody else also pick up on the fact?
Like makes beer.
One more time, Winespring?
Oh yeah. She's breaking up.
Yeah.
She said, so if you didn't hear, she said a princess that makes beer.
Yes.
Which 100% was hilarious.
Slay. Also,
funny.
Who says you're my subject, by the way? Like who?
Yeah.
Who says that?
Elayne.
The daughter heir. The daughter heir.
And then and then Egwene's face when she said it, just kind of like, a bet. Like, okay.
But like, you guys, immediately after that, she mentions like Cad Swain and Cad Swain's friend, I can't remember, and how they became friends, and she was like, I can't wait to see what happens with us. Like, she equalized them like immediately.
Oh no. She what's that word that she de-escalated?
She did
like several times. Several times she de-escalated. Like who allowed these people to come in with all these pillows and shit? If she's gonna be punished, I'll take the punishment.
I loved that part.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And
before breakfast or after, like.
Yeah.
I think that part there is where Egwene was like, yep.
We're friends. Yeah.
Yeah, because she started laughing when she said before or after breakfast, and Egwene was like, it was pretty.
Egwene likes strong women.
She does.
Like Egwene really strong women. Like Egwene, Nynaeve and Egwene and Elayne. Like she wants to be around like women who are gonna call her out. Like jealousy does not look good on you. Yeah. She wants to see, a woman who's gonna take the punishment instead of blame shifting. Like Egwene wants to be around women that are gonna like help her also be the strong woman that she is.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and it's crazy. Okay, so 2 things real quick. We're getting small glimpses of things that are going to be important. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but they're showing stuff like Elayne creating beer. Oh, you taught yourself how to do this. I like to tinker with things.
Yeah, I
Freaking
love
amazing.
that line.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
The other one comes into the 3rd episode where Nynaeve finally comes out, and Egwene and Elayne are sleeping there.
Yeah.
Right.
Holding vigil, or what would you say? That
Yeah.
standing
Yeah,
vigil.
I guess it would be a vigil.
Sleeping vigil.
I don't know. I don't
But-
know the phrasing.
I'll have to. Ooh, I can't. I'm really biting my tongue to not say things. But
Good.
it was. I
Jessica
thought it was interesting.
in the chat will murder you.
I know she will. I will just say this. I found it interesting that Elayne and Egwene were there when Nynaeve came back out, and we can talk about it in the spoiler stuff later on. But
well,
Erin,
if it's just based on like what happened, you can speculate. Okay. That's
no.
Do you think?
There's definitely a spoiler. If I say anything, there's definitely a spoiler.
Okay.
So could I bounce off of that? And
Yes,
I don't
please.
think it's a spoiler. Okay. So we see Nynaeve channel inside the arch, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that activates the arch again. It takes 3 sisters to activate the arch.
Yeah.
Did she on the other end pull from Egwene and Elayne
That's
to
right.
activate the arch?
It's
Like,
possible.
was it just Nynaeve that did it, or was there some type of connection that was like necessary, like for Nynaeve to get back through? Like them being there actually made it happen too.
And my thoughts.
Huh.
Critter's face.
My thoughts actually have something to do with that connection. But again,
Okay,
there's a
okay.
spoiler
Wait,
there that I don't want to
wait.
talk about.
All right, we
But I
have
will
30. Just really quick. 30 minutes with Erin left, so if anybody has questions, now is the time to drop them into the chat. And yes, Kevin Mundweiler, really quick, I was saying this whenever things got really glitchy. I want to just drop it really quickly. Elaine's pillows were in front of Egwene's door. There's a concept in the Wheel of Time books called pillow friends, which basically means like novices who hook up. And the fact that they were introduced to each other via pillows just like made me laugh. That's all I want to say. Tavern, you
It's
keep
like
going.
the Towers version of upside down pineapples.
Well, she also
Put
returned the
pillows
pillows,
in front
so
of each
she's
other's
kind of
doors.
like, she's like, nah, she's giving the pillows back. Like,
I don't swing
Not
that
for
way,
me.
but thanks.
Yeah.
I'm flattered.
yeah.
What you can do with your pillows, lady.
Oh, for a second, I thought that we were getting to that. That was like the thing.
Oh, I mean, they might like.
No, we don't know.
We don't
They
know
could.
if they will on the yeah, we don't know if they will on the show.
Something.
No, what I was going to say is it's funny because during the accepted test, they tell her you won't be able to channel once you're inside,
Mm-hmm.
right? And in my brain, I'm thinking you won't be able to channel inside. She's the strongest freaking person with the power in forever. So your weak asses can't do it, but clearly she could at the end of episode 3. Also, when they channel into the arches originally, we're in the Watt Fantasy League, so we're playing like fantasy football. And we had this discussion the other day, and they were saying that Leanne led the circle to get the arches going, but that's not the case. If you watch, she casts and goes to the left one. Liandrin's weave goes to the center, and Sheriam's goes to the right one. So they each channel to an individual arch. And you can also see the power of each Aes Sedai when they did channel. Liandrin's was super strong. Leanne's was super strong. Liandrin's was kind of in the middle, and Sheriam's was less. So that's another thing that they show on the show when they channel, how strong they are in the power, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
And after they close channeling, they all look exhausted.
Yeah.
Like it took like all of their power to activate those arches.
Yeah, they
Which I
not
thought
only,
was
but that actually happened earlier in episode 2 when because in the first season they expressed that he was so strong that it took 2 Aes Sedai. Logain was so strong that it took 2 Aes Sedai just to hold it.
Yeah.
Right? But it was like taking all of their strength. That's why they did it in turns. When Liandrin and Nynaeve had their little air tit for tat thing. When Liandrin finally let go of the shield she had on Nynaeve, she was like, all the air left her body. She was exhausted from just holding Nynaeve, which shows how strong Nynaeve is. It's crazy.
I personally subscribe to it being only Nynaeve's power that got her out. I want that to be the case. I'm seeing people in the chat who tend to agree that Nynaeve doing the impossible is kind of her thing. And bye, Erin.
Did she leave?
Right at 8 o'clock. She peaced out.
Well, she got a half an hour left.
She might bounce back. I'll let her back in if she shows back up.
I don't want to say it while she. Well,
no, don't, because the chat is also spoiler free.
Yeah, all right, chat.
Come
Don't
on,
say nothing.
be good.
You guys.
So yeah, no, I think Nynaeve could do it by herself. I think she's powerful enough, and that's what I want for her, because the accepted test is a test of like will and drive, and I want her to just get it herself personally.
That would be awesome. That would be
awesome. For sure. Yes.
But if they said it needed 3 sisters to operate, which I believe they did say.
Yeah, well, no, probably my guess was because of power levels. Like they just.
I agree. Yeah, I thought about that too.
Yeah.
I thought about that too. Yeah, and I 100% was agreeing with you, but somebody hit me with another thought, and I was like, oh, now I got to think about that, and I can't bring it up until spoiler time.
Well, we just need to ask Rafe. We know he's watching, so Rafe, if you could just chime in chat and let us know which one it is, that'd be great.
Rafe is in chat. He's disguised as Dana Luhu.
Oh, okay, Erin. Let's see.
Welcome back.
All right, hey, Erin. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Things are crazy.
Neither. I mean, I spotty internet, so probably that.
It's storming in our neck of the woods too, kind of. So that might have something to do with it. Okay, so let's see. I'm just making sure the chat right now is like overwhelming me because there's so much math going on right now. Everyone's like, this power level versus this power level.
Oh man, I love our fandom.
I appreciate you all.
Yes,
but I will not be trying to do this math on stream.
We don't math on this show.
All right,
the chill part of the title.
So
we don't math.
I guess Erin, question: other than Moraine, well, I guess depending on your perspective, Moraine may or may not be an Aes Sedai anymore, because she can't channel. So, Erin, who's your favorite Aes Sedai, assuming Moraine doesn't count?
Ooh.
Shite balls.
The one with the threesomes?
Yep.
She was interesting.
Alana, yes. Yeah. The one with the threesomes. It's good way to talk about Alana.
Yeah, I agree. I actually literally, had her pulled up before you answered, because I knew that would be the answer. Because she's Samantha A, first time on a Kritter live stream. Welcome to the Wheel and Chill show. Super happy to have you here.
Welcome.
Alana's the best. Like, holy hell, she is so much fun to watch. Her, Maxim and Yvonne have such a fun dynamic. Their scene with Shiriam, for example, where she's like, some things are best kept between sisters, and Alana just like sits back and is like, I'm not doing that. I love her.
Shiriam got the best of that conversation though. At the end, she goes, but in the end, your vote only counts as 1 inside the hall, not 3.
Well, Alana's not.
It looks like you're not even gonna be there.
I didn't think Alana was a sitter, but maybe she got elevated after Karini died. Maybe that's what happened.
Oh, it's so sad, but
yeah, the Menage a Ja keeper. Thank you so much for that comment.
Here's your trophy.
Comment of the day. If I could pin it, I would.
Wait, who said that?
Keeper.
That's amazing.
Alana definitely has all the best outfits too, and hair pieces. Like they are really doing her.
And earrings.
She's just lounging.
The earrings are insane.
Well, and like the phases of the moon down the back of her hair.
Yeah,
like,
that was pretty sick.
Gorgeous.
Okay. You know who's got the best house though? Assuming we're not counting the White Tower. Varen. Holy shit! I would live there in an instant. In Tuscany,
I guess the locations.
I'd have to hire people to go get water for me, but
I mean, seriously.
Because I'm not carrying shit up that freaking cliff.
And y'all know Moraine was not carrying that much water.
And I'm going to say, you brought up hair. Freaking Liandrin's hair. The braids on the back of her head are insane this season.
Okay, and those braids match a certain group of people. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. I don't know if that's something that's okay to connect or not.
Well, you mean
well,
no, like the little blondie with the Seanchan.
The Seanchan, yeah. Like the
totally
braid
looks
style.
like
I didn't want to say
totally the same.
I mean, you can make observations from the show only.
Okay, good. Okay, so it really stood out to me, especially the small blonde woman that was going around keeping people out. Yeah.
Oh, you know what we haven't talked to Erin about, which we absolutely need to before we leave, is yes, welcome Nora also to the chat. Thank you for being here for the first time. Is the Seanchan? Really
yeah.
Okay, so Erin, I want to hear what you think is happening. Like, what are these people all about? Like, what's the vibe?
I'm so confused. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking. The guy, and then they've got people prisoner, and I don't understand exactly. They seem bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but I don't get where they're fitting into the larger story of. Yeah. So where are they fitting into the larger story of this fight against the Dark One? I'm not understanding at this point.
That's a good point because they keep cutting those arcs at certain points that just leave you guessing. So as somebody that's just watching the show, you really, you're at a point where you have no clue who these people are.
Other than just like they use channeling
to
F people up.
Yeah.
More or less. And want people
I
to
figure we come back to them and they'd have some larger, they wouldn't just be like, I assume they'd have some larger plot or thing that they're working towards that would make more sense.
Yeah.
But at this time, I'm just not sure, like, are they going to help in this fight against the Dark One, or are they pro Dark One? Where are they fitting?
Yeah. The voice, there was some
tiny... like
a
third wheel.
Yeah, well, there was a little brief kind of exposition in this, maybe episode 3, where the voice explains, like, we are the armies of Arthur Pandrag, doesn't she say that? And then she's like, you have been squatting on, our land or whatever. So basically, like if you caught that, and I feel like people who aren't book readers might not, then that's the vibe, is they're like back, Backstreet's back to capture what was once theirs, essentially.
They're reclaiming
okay, so their just thing is they want their land back.
Yeah, pretty much.
What they think their land is, yeah. Yeah, they right. Yep. And then they have these ladies with pacifiers who channel deadly things, and yeah.
Yeah,
and we saw them at the very, very end of season 1, episode 8. They were the ones who did the tsunami onto the shore where a little girl was standing, so they're not very nice. We don't like
They have they have a thing with putting little girls in danger in this show.
They do. They really do, yeah.
Not a fan of that.
Same. I'm gonna break.
Their costumes are great though. They look beautiful.
No, the costumes are insane. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. The colors are so vibrant.
They really are. Yeah, Sarath's especially. Like, I don't know if I have an image of it, but yeah, wild costuming. I love it though. I feel like they did a really good job. This isn't spoilery, but in the books describe them as having like insect-like vibes, the armor, and I think they really nailed that.
They're the slee stacks from West Texas. That's what they are.
Is that right? Okay.
Their accents though.
Oh my god, the voice was so good.
Just sultry.
This is the all victorious army.
Yeah. Okay, Erin.
Is that how you heard it? I totally didn't hear it like that.
Yeah, she sounded like Miss Minutes from Loki. It was so good.
Yeah. Erin, did you pick up the accents of the Seanchan if we still have you?
Yeah.
So
she's
frozen on the YouTube channel.
Am I frozen?
I know.
You're fine here, but over there you're not.
It's not your fault. It's just the fault of the world. But I can still hear you, so yeah, keep going.
Okay. So hopefully I'm not frozen in a really weird facial expression.
It could be worse.
That could be the worst.
Yeah. It might be. I'm running out of. I need to plug back in my computer. It could be that too. I could need to power up over here. But so you asked about the accents of the different Aja?
No, the Seanchan. Did that stand out to you? The lady up at the top of the palanquin, how she sounded?
Yes, it was weird. I don't know what it was out of place. It felt a tad, because everybody sounds pretty British, and she didn't.
Yeah.
Fantasy in general is very old English, very English, whatever.
Vaguely British.
It sounds more sophisticated, I guess. But do you know what the first Seanchan word is that you hear on the show?
What?
And it's so American. It's when the shit hits the fan and they grab Perrin by his legs while he's sleeping.
Yeah.
The first words are like, "Come on!"
Oh, really?
It's very Mortal Kombat.
I missed that.
And they just yank him out of the freak. Come on! It's
all right,
get over here.
I'm gonna try, Erin. I'm gonna disconnect you and then click the link again and come back because I feel like we can solve this. Are you sure you want to disconnect Erin?
Stay in that weird facial expression for the rest of it.
It's so good though.
I do not want to regenerate my link. Okay, so yeah, if you.
Okay, so while she's gone, let me ask, what do y'all think about that moment where they're standing over Perrin for like a long time?
Oh, when they're watching him?
Freaking weirdos.
Like, what's up?
They were waiting.
They're like just watching him sleep.
No, it's
For
a
what?
tactic. You wait, you get in position, and so they used to do this as in the military. Like if they wanted to wake us up by surprise, all of the drill sergeants or whoever would line up with their trash cans and be quiet as hell, and then on a signal they would just go and talk about 60 guys jumping out of their freaking racks in the middle of the evening by people beating on trash cans. Yeah, that'll get your attention. So it causes confusion.
There I am.
Yeah.
You're not frozen anymore.
Yay!
I thought that would work.
Yay, welcome back, Erin.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, that was a weird way to wake up. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and you know what was also interesting about that fight? Was Loyal finally did a little damage. Yeah.
I am
That sound he was making when we were attacking him, I totally cried. His sound made me like cry. Like an old year is not supposed to make that sound.
Oh no.
I am not going to apologize for my season 1 comments on Loyal.
Okay.
Because I feel the way I feel about his appearance.
Yeah.
But this season, way more rugged looking. He and Perrin both.
Yeah.
Just look a little bit more feral, and he's growing on me.
I think he's also bigger. They did something to his costume.
He seems bigger, yes.
His hair is different too, right?
It's a little bit more ragged. Yeah, it's not as permed as season 1 when he was handing out.
Because they're traveling, like they're out traveling.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I remember in season 1 when he was passing out venti lattes at the Tavern cafe that he worked at. Whatever. Yeah,
I don't know how I would fix it, but I don't love Loyal's hair still. I mean,
not a big fan of the hair.
Kind of bizarre.
It looks better this season though.
Yeah. No, I think he looks better overall for sure. But I would give him a haircut personally, or like dye it. I don't know. Like I don't know. It's just like honestly, and it's not just me. Someone at my watch party after was like, "Why does his hair look like that?" And I was like, "It's not up to me. I don't know." I can't.
Kevin actually brought Kevin Mundweiler said in chat, and he brought up a good point that he's got a full beard this season, where in season 1 he only had a goatee.
Oh,
so
you know,
it's a little bit more. Well,
yeah.
It's hard to shave every day on the run.
It's true.
That's a good point.
It's so true. Let's see. Is there anything else we need to talk? We have 15 minutes left. We gotta get every bit of information out of Erin that we possibly can.
I want to know how she's feeling about the locations that we've seen. Locations that we've seen.
They're good. Okay, so what are you seeing more of? Okay, so we're seeing more of the White Tower.
Yes.
You can tell this is Amazon and they have some money to throw at this.
Okay.
Which is nice. So I feel like the White Tower looks very grand. You're getting a feel for a lot of different spaces and rooms, and they all look different, which is nice. It doesn't look like you're always in the same place. Nothing ever gets places that are not supposed to feel cramped don't feel cramped.
Yeah.
If they're supposed to feel large and magnificent, they do. I like that. I don't feel like I get a sense for where everything is from like a map perspective.
Right.
But everything that we see looks really good.
Yeah, you'd have to go on Amazon and look at the actual map to see where everything's at.
Yeah.
And even then, some of the people that haven't read the books, they'd still be, I think, would be a little bit confused as to the distances and stuff.
Yeah, no, the distances are weird. I'm not sure where everyone is or how close they are to each other.
Right.
But I mean, even some of the one-offs, the village that or I guess it's that Perrin goes into, everything looks good. Nothing looks really like a set, which I like.
Yeah, no, it looks actually,
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, I've gotten multiple people now asking, Erin, how did you feel about Uno's death in episode 3?
It was so sad. I didn't.
Did you see it coming?
No, I didn't see it coming at all. I didn't think they were going to kill off anybody. I thought it was too early for that.
Really?
Yeah, no, I didn't think they'd kill off.
I was upset, and there was a foreshadowing before it happened. When the little girl that was pointing, the little Domine that was pointing out the girls that could channel, when they came back, the Sul'dam knelt and put her head down right in front of that horn.
Yep.
And then a minute and a half later, the same exact position except with the
that was.
So do you you watched Game of Thrones, correct?
Yes.
I know this about you.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So Game of Thrones is known for its incessant use of shocking deaths, right? Like a lot of shocking deaths. And George R. R. Martin wrote those into the books. Did you feel like this was done for shock value, or do you think it had a good purpose? What did you get out of it, basically?
I think so. You have to have some. They can't all stay alive because there are no stakes, and you need there to be stakes working up to a big fight. Now she wasn't a main character, so it's not like Red Wedding. Spoiler alert! But it's been 11 years, so
so if you haven't seen it, that's on you.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think it serves a point. I think it definitely had a point. I don't think it was done for shock value. It was part of it. It played into the story. We get that there are stakes. We get that people can lose their lives along this fight and probably will. I think it would have been even more shocking if all of a sudden one of the main characters should die. So.
Right. Yeah. That would have, a Ned Stark situation. Lan did not die in episode 3, so we're fine. I'm gonna miss him. Even that one was shocking, even for book readers.
I was hoping against hope. People were like, before the show even aired, they were like, "Oh, does anybody think Uno's gonna make it past episode whatever?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?
Of course he is.
He's gonna be great. I had this whole arc for him.
He's gonna make it to the last battle."
God damn it. But yeah, it was. I mean, I think it was done to shock, but not so much as to shock us, but to shock the characters in the scene. Because right after that, as soon as that happened, all will bow and everybody dropped instantly, except for, of course, Perrin. I can't say anything about Perrin.
He got there eventually. Oh, we've got another really good question, actually. Hopper from Theoryland. A question for Erin. Book readers are picking up lots of spoilery details from things that happen or are said. Has anything jumped out at you that just seems to feel important?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know.
Yes.
No, I don't know. So okay, so the thing with the kid, son, out of nowhere, that was weird. I don't know if that's going to be important at all.
Oh.
But
wait, whose son?
Like Liandrin having a son?
Liandrin having a son.
Yeah. The old kid.
Alarming.
It was alarming. Nothing's like jumping out. I think it just feels like I don't know. I haven't read the book, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. But nothing's feeling. There's a general setup. Nynaeve's strong, super strong. Rand's the chosen one.
I am the chosen one.
Yeah.
Your 2 least favorite characters. You nailed them. Yeah.
What is Matt?
Egwene,
How would you classify?
He tries really hard.
Facts.
Yeah, Matt is always on the bubble. He could go either way. We don't know what's going on there. And then Perrin. I don't know what they're going to do with Perrin. I'm still confused. He's going to come back with Wolf.
Well,
maybe one that sees the future and one that sees the past. I don't know. But I wish they'd bring him back around and make him a little bit more part of the group. Is he going to come back? I'm curious what they're going to do with him. But anyway. But back to the original question. No, nothing is super spoilery to me right now. But I don't know. Yeah. No,
nothing. You're
nothing.
like, yeah. You had nothing that was like, ooh, I bet this is something important. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
No, but I want to watch with the book reader so I could watch when they're like when they roll their eyes
when their face changes.
I actually had.
Like, ugh.
I had non-book readers, a couple of them, on 2 separate occasions, be like, okay, so the little girl in the Darkfriend social, that's Celine, right? And I was like, no. Because they thought it was like a time jump. And, so there was that question. And then another one was...
That's amazing.
Another one was, oh my God, somebody else thought the little girl was... Oh, so somebody thought the little girl was the same little girl that Fane ended up killing. Because he like clocked her and wanted to chase her down, which was an interesting thought, but like whatever. God, there was another
I had to double take. They thought she was Millie Skane too.
Oh.
A lot of people have thought that she's Millie Skane.
Well, nobody who hasn't read
the
book.
Yeah,
but that's a book. That's a book thing. Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't ask you about that. The Darkfriend social, effective, confusing. What was the vibe?
Okay, so I liked getting to see the other side.
Yeah.
The Dark One definitely has. I like the evil vibes that we got to see with him. I could hear him talk. He knew he's going to be manipulative, so that was good. The little girl was very confusing. I spent the next hour being like, "Why? What? Who was that?" So yeah.
Did you catch that she said "mum" under the table?
Yeah.
I thought she said "mum." Was that
okay?
Okay.
She did.
Okay.
She does. It's in the closed captioning. She does say. She does say "mum."
Okay.
That's when he shows up and he's like, "Hi, welcome to Sesame Street. Do you want to go play with the puppets outside?"
Yeah.
It just shows how charming
she
is.
Super charming.
Very charming. Yeah.
If I didn't know any better, I'd let him watch the kids.
I mean, he probably
I was
would.
just like, I thought her mother was going to grab her, and then no, random guy with the charming voice does and takes her outside.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, it was an interesting perspective to choose, right? Like, it was stylistic for sure. We could have just seen the Darkfriend social go down, and that would have been, maybe less visually interesting, right? Than being able to follow this little girl, like, running around and getting chased by Trollocs, diving under a table, all that stuff. But I think it might have been more, like, plot relevant, except that, we did get to see Ishii being charismatic, which I guess is fine.
But the larger point is they're plotting to turn Rand, right? Is that what they're doing there? The Dark Friends, they're plotting.
They're talking about Rand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we did get to see. If you were listening, right? If you weren't focused on little girl and you were listening to the dialogue, that was something.
Yeah.
Also, we've got a hater in the chat. Doviandi Sitovia Sagane says, "Are we still pretending the show is any good, let alone an adaptation?" We're not pretending, actually. It's real. Okay.
So I'm not allowed to, but is it vastly different than the books?
It's pretty different. So
yeah,
it's an interesting idea because season 1, it started in the right place and it ended in the right place, but some of the stuff that happened in the middle was different, right? It just, they took a little bit of a winding path to get there. A lot of stuff like Rand and Matt being separated from Egwene and Perrin, who found the Tinkers, from Moraine, Lan, and Nynaeve, who were off on their own for a while. Like, all of that stuff happened. Like, Perrin and Egwene get captured by the White Cloaks. That was, like, right. There were a couple things that didn't happen, like the warder dying and stuff like that people complain about. And the final episode was a little bit different than what happened at the Eye of the World. But again, like, it was pretty much it, but slightly different, right? And this one, I feel like so far they're on track to not all start in the right place because COVID messed with the end of last season and kind of separated them further than they otherwise would have been separated. But they are, I think, going to end up in the right place. And so there's a really good chance that it's going to blend The Great Hunt and The Dragon Reborn, the second book and the third book, pretty elegantly while trimming a lot of the fat. That's my prediction. How did I do? Wine Spring Tavern, was that about right?
Yeah, that's very super valid. Yeah.
Okay.
They're getting to they're getting to the same places they need to be, just by different means in some instances. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and
that's all it is.
I think the characters are pretty much spot on. Like, the biggest difference to me is Moraine right now, because Moraine doesn't get shielded/stilled at the end, in the Eye of the World. It seems to me they did that to give Rosamund Pike something to do, and so there's the drama between Lan and Moraine.
She's doing it well.
Yeah, and so we'll see. We'll see what happens with her if whatever. So yeah, I guess. Do you think Moraine and Lan are over? Are they done for? Dunsies?
No, they could be Dunsies. It's too early.
Okay.
I mean, you got 9 more episodes of Caesars. You can't. Or not, maybe not.
But she sent him off with Alana.
Yeah, I think they're going to come back. So, okay, question though. So their bond got severed when she lost her power, right? That's how that works?
That's what they're suggesting, yeah.
Okay.
That's that's as far as we know, yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I was confused, but I want to make sure I was on the. And their bond is just okay. It's something special that the Aes Sedai have with the Warders, where they can feel each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, now they have to be like regular married couple. Tough it out.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Tomas was saying to him.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's only one way to communicate. Also, Jason and Mel, I think that's a good way to put it. It's like reading the books for the first time all over again.
Yeah.
Because you don't know exactly how these things are going to happen.
It's so familiar, and yet even for the most part, even the changes that they make, there's some mention of that in the book, just in a passing fancy or manner or whatever. But they're just taking these little one-off sentences and turning them into full-blown scenes or episodes that still tell the same story, which is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
So, Erin, do you think that Moraine actually still has her power? Because we see that scene where it looks like maybe she's pulling with her hand, but then the other Aes Sedai are also there.
I thought she might she has part of it. I thought that she was either trying to get it back, trying to find a workaround to get it back, or she was starting to get it back. That's the way I took that.
Okay. Like it might be trickling back in. Frankly, I don't know. Because again, it didn't happen in the book, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We'll see.
That whole dynamic with Moraine has me very curious as to how they're going to play it. I've got ideas, but
Erin, were you going to say something a minute ago?
I was just curious. Are they separated? Are they all on their own adventures in the books at this point, the way they are in the show?
There's groups. There's groups.
Okay.
Like the women are in the tower.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then Rand is actually with Perrin
and Matt. Well, no, Rand starts with Perrin and Matt, and then he gets separated from them, and then we don't even see Perrin and Matt for a really long time. So basically, them being together, I don't put much stock into it because it was very temporary.
They start off together when they go hunting for the horn after Pat and Fane. They start off together as a group. Yeah.
Okay.
So and then they all coalesce in, well, no book spoilers, but anyways, I'm predicting that they're all gonna be in the same place by the end of the season.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. I was curious about that. So how long are we working up to like a Game of Thrones where everybody meets the season 7 or like, or are we just
no?
And Perrin kind of alludes to it too. He's like, maybe this time next year we'll all be together in his letter.
Yeah, he does kind of allude to that. True. All right, we've got Erin for 2 more minutes, people. Any final questions? I guess, chat isn't, they may or may not, but
I got one.
Winespringer Tavern, you have one?
Yeah. So, is there, if you had to choose an Aja, what did you choose in season 1 as to what you would choose this season?
Like my color? Like what color?
Yeah.
Color.
What color would be? Okay, so I've had this conversation with Kritter before.
Yes.
And
yes.
And getting so I think I'm probably green.
She is.
Yeah. I think I'm probably green. I'm a little bit. I like the whole brown whole research thing that I got going, but I'm probably a little bit more outgoing perhaps than that. The blue, I don't have the same like
drive.
Justice for all mentality thing going on.
Justice for all.
Yeah, so probably. So I mean, I like, and the red. I don't think I'm evil. It's like
Wow.
Reds are not evil. Reds are not
Hey,
evil.
how do you know? How does she know?
Slytherin.
Spring?
They're Slytherin.
They seem
They're
pretty.
freaking
they are Slytherin. It's like being the Slytherin house. Yeah.
Okay, White Spring, do you have any other final, like, second questions for Erin before we let her go?
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate
Honey cakes? No.
last you have to make the honey cakes so I can ask you that. So last season to this season.
Oh, I like this season better. This season is faster for me. And
Okay.
there's more going on, and I think I know who the characters are now, and it took me a long time to understand all the characters and who everyone was. Now the hardest problem I'm having is like remembering everything that happened in season 1 and not having read the books.
Fair.
It's harder. But so I would see season 1 for me was like a 6, and this is more like an 8.
Amazing.
All right.
And
And 3 episodes. That's pretty good.
I think we might. I think we're only going to go up from here too. So that's just my. I haven't actually seen them. I got to see the first 3 early, but I have not gotten to see anything after this. So I'm really excited, and I think it's going to be pretty fabulous. So anyway, I don't have what.
So one, like half the chat, a bunch of people in chat are saying thank you for showing up, Erin. They loved your energy. They loved you being here. And then somebody, we had a red. He who comes with Don's like, I don't think I'm evil, laughing my ass off. And then somebody just posted, as a Slytherin, I'm offended.
You know, I always take those quizzes online, and I always get, I either get, and sometimes I get Slytherin, and I'm like, yeah. What are you gonna do?
You are a green. So you're like the green the green Aja side of the Slytherins.
Yeah, there you
works.
go. I
There's
always
some
get between Ravenclaw and Slytherin, and the green is pretty much that. That's the feeling I get about the green. That's what they are.
What are you, Tavern and Kritter?
For what, in house?
I'm a blue Gryffindor.
I am a Slytherin.
No,
Wait,
you have
what?
to say your Aja and your Harry Potter house.
I would be green. I would be green for sure, and I would be a warder, and I would be Slytherin.
For sure.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. Winespring, you?
I'd be yellow and Hufflepuff.
That's so funny.
That
totally works.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We gotta let Erin go. She's got important Erin things to do. So thank you so much, Erin, for joining us. You're free to drop off. You did an amazing job, and
thank you.
And
thank you guys. Have a good rest of your.
And will you
we need
continue
to have
watching
her back
this season?
For the end of the season.
Yes.
All right.
Very
I'm gonna
fun
come
with you,
back.
yeah.
I'll come back and
All right.
share my
We'll see you later.
my insightful insights.
Amazing.
See you guys.
So
Bye, Erin.
insightful. Bye. So amazing. Look at that. She just dropped off, and we didn't have to do anything crazy. I changed the way that I
We
do
didn't
my
have to
stream.
rearrange the
I
stream.
changed the way that I do my
So
stream,
good.
and it's like night and
It's
day.
a nice setup. Yeah.
It is a nice setup. Okay, thank you all for your patience. I know some of you were really into having a spoiler-free section, and I know some of you were really, really antsy to start the book spoiler section. So I think what we're going to do is full book spoilers through. What do you think? Like, without warning, like things that we can just say.
I think I'm good with mine that I was talking about earlier by book 3.
Okay.
So end of book 3, I'm pretty sure.
So, all right,
Or four-
let's.
3,
I want
4.
to also maybe get into Shadow Rising. So we're gonna
Okay,
say,
4. Yep.
without spoiler warnings in the chat or in the stream, we're going through book 4. You are welcome to spoil the shit out of everything in the chat, but if you don't put what book your comment is in before you spoil stuff, unless it's book 4 or earlier, we will come for you.
Yeah, Jessica will squideye you right out of existence like she did that one
Yeah,
guy.
Jessica.
Whoever that person was, they're gone.
What guy? Oh, the hater.
Yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, like, I'm
No,
fine.
she deleted his thing. Then he said something else, so she deleted that one, and then she ended up like putting him in the corner for like 300 seconds or whatever.
Jessica,
Nice.
thank you so much. You're nailing it.
Good
Honestly,
job.
I do want to say this just generally. Like, I'm fine with discourse, but I think just the like, this show sucks. It's not productive, right? Like, that's not a productive thing to say in the chat.
Get out of here.
So, discourse, yes. Just idiotic like negativity without any foundation. You know, so I think Jessica nailed that. Well done. Okay, guys, spoiler time. So Tavern, I know you were like itching to say something earlier.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, but let's hear it.
It was about so it's about the whole accepted test thing.
Oh yeah, yes, okay.
There were several things. One, Liandrin was really pissed off at Nynaeve. Okay.
Yeah.
When they channeled to get the arches going, like I said, Leanne got the left one, Sheriam got the right one, Liandrin powered the middle one, which is the one that Nynaeve got stuck in, which is when the arch did appear when she met Lan. Well, one, they had the one where she jumped out, where she came out, where she thought at the beginning of that particular test where she came out, she thought she had killed a bunch of stuff, but she couldn't remember.
Yeah, and she was in a red outfit, like she was a red.
Well, that was the one where she was bleeding. But yeah, that's the one where she first went in. She was falling and she was dressed in a red outfit. Yeah.
Creepy.
Sheriam was holding the vase. There were 3 vases to drain her or to cleanse her. The first one was I believe was who was it? I think was it Liandrin that doused her first? Either one, whatever it was. The first one was holding a white vase. And when she came out of the second arch, Leanne was holding a black vase, right? That she dumped water on.
I think you pronounced vase different every time, but keep going.
I know, because I'm trying to remember how to say it.
Vase.
We'll say vase. We'll say vase.
Okay.
Anyways, the third time when she came out, that it was a false exit, right?
Yeah.
Sheriam was holding a vase, and it was the black and white swirls of Tel'aran'rhiod.
Yeah, because
right,
they're
so
related.
That was cool, which was kind of a hint. She's still in the dream world, or she's still in there. And then, we lived through that whole experience that she leaves the tower and all that stuff to find out she's still stuck inside. Well, when she meets Lan and the arch comes up and Sheriam's like, the chance will only come once, right? That arch was very, very dim compared to the first 2.
Yes, super.
So
it didn't even fully materialize. I don't think
it didn't.
It didn't.
Yeah,
but
there was something wrong.
I think Nynaeve was pushing it back against it. That's why.
It could have been, but that's the arch that Liandrin was channeling. Okay, so later on, no, I get what she's saying with Nynaeve's power. Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm with Lan. Leave me alone.
But later on, when Egwene comes in and she's trying to channel and get Nynaeve out, and then Elayne shows up and like, stop, don't do that. I will get us some blankets. You're going to get in trouble or whatever. They fall asleep right outside of there. Nynaeve is stuck inside. And so what my thinking is, they've been hinting at different powers for different people. This might be the first spark
of
Egwene and dreamwalking that she helped. That's why we were saying there might have been a link with the 3. She was holding on to Elayne, and she had been channeling at the damn thing, which allowed
connecting
Nynaeve
to it. Yeah.
So yeah,
yes.
That's my thing.
Okay, I love Egwene, so I'm like, hell yeah, like let her rescue Nynaeve. But also, I just want Nynaeve to have that. I want her to have it herself.
I agree.
And yeah, I think Liandrin really did want her to succeed. The way she was behaving after the fact was so bizarre. Like, it was a weird situation that I think even book readers were like what is why did it close so fast? Like, that was so fast. Also, the fact that they didn't say be steadfast drove me nuts.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for that.
My reaction to episode 3 is coming out tomorrow, and literally I just edited it today, and it was like, be steadfast. Like, I just wanted them to say it so bad, and they didn't. But it's okay. It was still amazing.
I honestly, one of my favorite scenes from episode 1 was when Alana's giving the report on Egwene and Nynaeve and how they're doing, whatever. And here you have Sheriam, Alana, and Liandrin all just standing there in like a little triangle, and I'm like, this isn't going to be good for anybody.
So those are some real personalities.
Anybody.
Right there.
Or Nynaeve's best line in the series so far, when Egwene goes, it builds character. And she's like, I've got plenty of character.
I've got enough character.
That was so good.
Okay, all of us apparently were either saying or hearing "be steadfast," even though it wasn't on the screen. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Mandar, do people today even know what steadfast means? They may not, but like the tweeter of chaos was they used "be steadfast" in one of their tweets, and so the fact that they said it in their tweet and then it didn't show up in the show was like, come on, how are you guys doing that?
That's because Talk was trying to give us all the "be steadfast" we could get before we were disappointed by not getting it.
I guess. Oh, interesting, Larry Daniels. Okay, since this is the full spoiler discussion, Liandrin upset over Nynaeve not coming out. He thinks she was ordered by Ishi to deliver her to Suroth and that her death meant failure, and we know how the Great Lord rewards failure.
Yeah, that whole thing where she threw the vase.
She was pissed.
She was pissed, but I didn't think it was pissed because, she didn't come back out of the thing, to be an Aes Sedai. There was something else going on.
Interesting.
So that would be really cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I feel like she was giving like "you're my protege" vibes, but that could be something else.
Well, think about it. If you could freaking take the strongest possible Aes Sedai to come in 1,000 freaking years and turn them to the freaking dark.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty big boon for sure.
Yeah.
Although also, go ahead.
I saw on X earlier today that someone was speculating that Liandrin would want to connect to Nynaeve to use her power.
Oh.
Like at the end, against in Feldara. So like basically to just take advantage of Nynaeve's power.
Draw
Nynaeve's power to use her power. Yeah.
Huh.
I thought that was interesting too.
And that she might use Nynaeve to heal her son, says Zeus Sedai.
It says theory is Nin wouldn't be able to heal her son.
Okay, I actually really want to address that. He who comes with the dawn says, did Liandrin lie to Matt about the letter, expose herself as you know who? Okay, I don't think so, and here's why. Aes Sedai are excellent at plays on words, right? So Liandrin reads the letter, stops before mentioning Matt, and then she says, a dozen letters, and still no mention of Matt Cawthon. She could have been referring to herself. I didn't mention Matt Cawthon to you, and that's not a lie. So that's where I'm at. I don't think she gave herself away there. A lot of people think she did, but I don't think she did.
What about I'm trying to look up the 3 oaths right now.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna mention one more thing about letters. Okay, so the poem that Moraine got from Domon. Did y'all see Lan take it and keep it?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got that thing.
Because
what's that about?
that poem was what cemented her leaving and leaving him behind. Now
but
I don't know
that.
He doesn't know that, but he thought it was odd because he's always, he's the one that always takes care of her horse. And when he felt in the pocket, he was like, "What the hell? What is this?" And he looked at it. He goes, "That doesn't look familiar." And he pocketed that, so that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
All right.
Very interesting. Okay.
3 oaths. To speak no word that is not true.
Yeah.
To make no weapon with which one person may kill another, and never to use the one.
Get a sword.
But didn't Swan use a sword? Make a sword too in the boat training session? Or did she just say she used a sword?
Liandrin made a sword.
Yeah.
To me, that's a clue.
Yeah.
I was like, she just made a sword out of air. That's a weapon. She even says that she could block a sword with that. So that's a weapon that can
Okay, hold on.
else.
But what? Read the oath again. Let me.
Okay.
Hear it.
To make no weapon with which one person may kill another. She could kill with that.
She definitely did.
Okay, sorry. I was making sure that it didn't say like man or something.
No. It says to kill another. So
and I guess also it would depend on your definition of make and weapon. Sorry, this is me definitions
semantics,
definitions are important.
Listen, I've been going back and forth with this a million different ways, and in my mind, she made a sword out of air, which is a weapon which she could easily use to kill someone. She even says so.
I mean, I guess in that case, like a lot of weebs.
Oh, Anthony Medici says that
Swan
made a knife in the books, but what did she use the knife for?
Liandrin didn't use the sword for anything.
That's true. That's the thing. That's where I've been kind of going back and forth, because she said she could, but she didn't. You know, she was just as an example, but man.
What's the third one?
The third one is never to use the one power as a weapon, except in the last extreme defense of her own life or the life of her warder or another Aes Sedai.
Which to me, I think is kind of bizarre. Like, it should be anyone. Like, you know, like in the last defense of, because like whenever you think of self-defense, the law, like the defense, you know, against murder or whatever, it's you could be defending someone else or like a family member or somebody. But
yeah,
so maybe that's the vibe.
We saw that in the Two Rivers. I mean, when the Trollocs attacked, Moraine didn't start wielding anything until she got into the middle of the square where she was in danger.
Yeah. Like put herself in danger.
Yeah, she put herself in danger so she...
Enough that she got injured. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
So that same scene with Liandrin where she makes the sword made me think about, and I'm going to walk real slow so you can cut me off because I don't remember which book it's in, but there's a scene where Nynaeve is using the power and then she has to physically defend herself at the same time.
There's a scene so there's a scene where Nynaeve decides to physically do something in a fight, and that's in the Shadow Rising. That's in book 4. Yeah.
Okay, good. So we're right there. Okay, so
we're thinking of the same
talking
situation.
About how...
Okay. Well, no, it's full spoilers through book 4. So what I'm talking about is and I swear to God, this has to be in book 4. It's when Nynaeve is in the confronts Moghedien, right?
Yes. Okay. That's what I'm talking
about.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're on the same page.
So the scene with Liandrin making the sword, and she's like, "Why would I make a sword to defend myself when I could use the power? It will always win." It made me think about how later Nynaeve using the power is not winning, and she has to, you know, physically defend herself.
Yeah.
And so like. Just the correlation there was fun.
Oh my God, Logic Soul says in the Dragon Reborn 2, she punches a Black Acha in the face. Yeah. I forgot about that. She has no problem going to physical violence, which I kind of love about her.
And we've seen her train with the warders, so she has fast reflexes.
And we know that in the Two Rivers, she used to thump people on the head with a stick. So yeah, she has no issues smacking people around.
And she put a knife to Lane's neck too. Like, where are my friends?
I think it's so funny that Nynaeve is the one that annoys Erin when literally in the books, like Nynaeve annoys me so much, but in the show, I love her. Like her in the show. So
I love Nynaeve, but that whole situation with her and Elayne in the freaking carnival over the money, holy
Hey, she's from a small town. She's frugal. What can we say? It's the Nynaeve solution.
Okay, so exactly. What about Egwene drawing fire from the ring forge and chucking it at Liandrin? Oh my God.
That was fun. Not at her, around her, but yes.
Look. The best part of that is how Liandrin just turned around and postured her. She didn't channel back. She just started walking at her like, "Oh, you want to play this game? I don't even have to channel, and you're going to back up." And Egwene did.
Oh yeah, no, Liandrin.
That little Kate Fleetwood posture.
She has. If anybody has taken a character to heart and embodied a character, is Kate Fleetwood.
Mm-hmm.
She's improved Liandrin. Like,
oh my God, 100%. Because we fucking love her.
Yeah.
Like, I freaking love her on the show, huh?
Did you watch Harlots with Kate Fleetwood?
Mm-mm.
She plays a great character in that too.
Check that out.
My friend Aurelia, who's also at my watch party, said that she's seen her all over, like British television and movies. Like she's everywhere, including Harlots. So yeah, apparently she's mighty famous among the Brits. But no, I haven't seen her in anything. Not true. I saw her in Star Wars.
Nope. You also saw her in Harry Potter. I already told you this.
Oh, in Harry Potter.
Who's in Harry Potter?
She was the yeah, go ahead.
She plays the wife of the guy that Ron impersonates in the Ministry of Magic in like the 7th or 8th movie.
Can't remember. 7.
It's one of the. Yeah,
Okay,
she plays.
cool.
She's the one that's under. That Dolores Umbridge is questioning.
Yeah.
think I
Down in
remember.
So I saw somebody on Twitter complaining, and also Winespring. I will call it Twitter forever. You can call it X. That's fine.
Yeah,
but it's
you
Twitter
X,
to me.
it's called X. Don't catch up.
I'm not gonna catch
We're
up.
not
I
Twitter
refuse.
cloaks. We're not Twitter cloaks.
I'm Twitter. I'm a
Twitter
Twitter
cloaks.
cloak, personally.
Twitter,
It's
I'll be
X.
Twitter cloak.
But somebody on Twitter was complaining about Liandrin and like not having Aes Sedai composure, when I think the scene with Egwene is like the perfect example of, she had already stripped down her kind of like walls whenever she was going in to see her son, and so like that was a very raw moment for her.
Yeah.
And Aes Sedai aren't emotionless, they just are really good at masking their emotions, and so I think the scene with Egwene was the perfect example of how she was just like chill, like cool as a cucumber, like I am not threatened by you, you little novice, like bring it on, let's go toe to toe, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it was so cool. She like waved her hand, got rid of the fire, smirked to herself, and then turned around like it's on.
Yeah,
She knows who she is. Like
She does.
Leandrin knows who she
She's
is.
confident.
She was not concerned.
It's like 180 from the scene between her and Nynaeve in her son's room, where she slapped the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where
I
she
think
goes,
all of that
she's
was
like-
baiting Nynaeve.
yeah, she's
You
like,
really
get
think
out
that
of
was-
here.
All of it's baiting Nynaeve to get her to study under Liandrin. Everything from palming the Crimson Thorn or whatever it is, to taking her to see healing, to saying, I'm trying to heal, I care, Reds can care about men too. Look at me caring for this man. Like,
You think
I
it's
think
fake
she was
news?
baiting.
You are
Nynaeve
like
the
you're
whole
on a
time.
whole different like theory level than I am, because I'm like, I'm not going down that road. Holy, that's like we're talking like dark web
So
stuff.
yeah, Anthony Medici, it looks like we're not
Everything
taking
she's doing
everything
is
as
fake.
true. Like, this guy is not her son. Just kidding. LOL. I don't know. I think he is.
I
but
think he is.
I
Oh
think
no, totally her son. But she led Nynaeve there to see that.
I don't know.
Oh man, she's so.
I
so,
see what you're
She
saying.
wanted Nynaeve to
so
see that.
Kate Fleetwood, best acting so far this season.
Yeah.
Also Liandrin, best acting so far this season. Is
Yes.
that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Leandrin's totally my favorite.
She's so good.
She's
God.
going for the EGOT.
Yes.
She's going for the EGOT right there.
Like, she is fun to watch. She's engaging. She's cryptic. She's wonderful.
Oh, this is
I
so
think-
interesting. Kathleen Levy's asking, do we think all the dark friends in the books are going to be dark friends in the show? Are they going to drop a bomb on book readers and be like, haha, Leandrin's not a dark friend?
Okay, that's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
That's totally my hope for Leandrin's character.
I'm okay. So at one point, and I'm trying to remember which exactly, because there were several points. At one point, there was a very strong. Holy shit! I think they're mixing Elida and Liandrin vibe from one of the moves that she did, and I was like, shit. And I can't remember what it was, but the books didn't have Liandrin not being able to teach novices, did it?
No, that was new.
I didn't. Yeah, that's straight from the show. Okay. So there's that, and then there's their whole fight scene, because again, like I said, episode 2 seemed to be about, especially on the Nynaeve arc, her not being there for herself, being there for someone else, not having the right reasons for being there. And I think that Liandrin was the one that caught on and took her to the healing, because that's something that can snag Nynaeve. Watching somebody just channel Breakbone Fever away instantly got her freaking, oh shit, right? Which is something that she cares about. She cares about healing people.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a sense, Alana was teaching her incorrectly.
For who she is, yeah.
For who she is.
Because
yeah.
after, I think it's after the healing that Liandrin takes her to see, they're out kind of in that courtyard area where all the shops are. And Liandrin is like, being a part of the red, you are healing like at the root or the core by
yeah.
like
She's
cutting
still trying.
off men's channel. Like, she's trying to be like, you want to heal? Let's heal here. Like, this is where it matters. Like, she's really trying to get Nynaeve.
Yeah. I think she lost some political capital with the Nynaeve situation. Well, at least temporarily, but now that Nynaeve is back, she might have it. Yeah, I think I will not allow Elida to not be in the show. She will. No,
I want her to be in the show as well, but like I said, we've been talking about merges, and
no,
so
I
I'm
get
not
it.
really sure.
She might end up merging with a different sister that I've actually been I've been predicting since season 1, which is I think without explaining anything really further, I think she'll merge with a certain white sister. Yeah. But I brought up the confrontation with Egwene to also kind of like point out, do you guys think that was like a sign, like is that going to be the reason, the challenge that Egwene is posing to her and like Nynaeve maybe, but mainly Egwene, is that why she's going to get rid of her with the Seanchan? Like, is it not orders that she's been given, but a grudge against Egwene that will get Liandrin to dump Egwene into Seanchan hands? Or do we not like that?
I don't know. I mean, because you saw, okay, so you heard Ishii, like I said, Darkfriend Social say, if we can turn Randalthor, great. Then he sees Perrin, and again, he's like, maybe I can turn him. I want to see how you develop. So if Liandrin is following orders, right, those two would also be on the list, which is why she was so strongly going after Nynaeve. She's the most powerful one. But then she saw when Egwene confronted her, she saw the power in Egwene finally when Egwene walked past her and freaking elbow.
No, it was with her chest, with her full chest. I'm not using my hands, but I will use. My torso.
For those of us that have read the books, that's unheard of. No novice would ever dream of doing that to an Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Oh, you don't know what I'm capable of, or whatever, right? The face that Liandrin made was like, I got another one I can take him. She had that look like, oh, this one's strong. Yeah. She found herself a new target.
What Liandrin says to her right before that is, it's not always the most powerful women who write history. It's the ones who survive. Remember your place and you just might. So she could just be redirecting. I also think, though, that Liandrin was highly aware that Egwene was watching her drop the ring. She can sense, sisters can sense each other.
You can sense
so
the power,
like, Nynaeve, let me drop your ring. Like, he knows
Wait a minute, you just went robot.
You went way robot. You're a little frozen.
Super robot on us.
Okay.
Winespring gone Super Saiyan. Yep, we got some lag there. We couldn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah, that last part, no idea what you just said.
The last part, Liandrin playing the long game. That she dropped the ring. Okay, she dropped the ring. Knew that Egwene was hearing. She says Nynaeve's name. She's trying to draw Egwene to her the same way that she was with Nynaeve.
Okay.
See. Okay. So what I'm getting is that Winespring feels that Liandrin is omnipotent in her.
No, she's a plot driver.
She's a huge plot driver.
Well,
I
not
don't know if she
omnipotent
knew that she
because
was there.
In the books, women who can channel can
they
sense
sense
each other.
You can sense.
But knew.
Yeah, but I don't. Okay, so
and
you're
you can
not
sense
saying
power
that
levels.
She planned being there.
Ooh, I was trying to figure out what it was. Power levels. I was thinking grief somehow. But power levels.
No, it's power level. Yeah, they can sense each other's power level.
She probably assumed it was Egwene, and she was performing like she is. She's playing a game. She's smart.
Jessica says Winespring makes a really cool robot. It's true. So there's a lot of conversation in the chat. I feel like we've been on Liandrin for some time, right? Rightfully. There's a lot of conversation.
I could stay here for a long time.
There's a lot of conversation in the chat about our boy Perrin and what the F is going on with his vision. So what I was going to say, I was trying to get there, but I didn't want to spoil anything, is that in the books, wolves can send visions, right? Yeah. Like visual impressions. And so to me, I was like, is that what's happening? But also the wolves probably weren't in the room with the people.
Elias,
no, Elias wasn't in the room
when
either.
they got attacked, so the wolves wouldn't have even seen it. And so somebody else in the chat is saying we're like fusing Huron's ability where he can scent like trails and like blood and just kind of like visualize what went down based on the smells that he's receiving. What do you guys think is going on with Perrin's visions?
That's what I came up with, because I even said this to somebody. I said in the books he gets a lot of stuff in Tel'aran'rhiod, right? He gets a lot of visions and stuff through the dream.
Yeah.
I said he'd be sleeping half the show if they did that, right? So they had to come up with
some future. He saw the future in Tel'aran'rhiod, though.
So we still might get that.
We could.
We still might get
giving
that.
Us more.
But what I'm saying is, I think it's they're combining that with the visions. So yes, I agree with your Hurin sniffing ability, but I think they're making it visions so that they can combine it because they almost kind of look like Min's visions as well.
Visually they look a lot like Min's visions, which is part of the confusion, I think.
Yeah, so I think what they decided was that all visions are going to take this appearance, right? This style.
Yeah. Okay.
So that you know that it's a vision.
Sure.
It's probably just easier for the people doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's,
work.
if you try to come up with a different effect for everything,
Yeah.
it's gonna go. I mean, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg.
I agree. I think it's also easier for maybe the casual viewer to see, like, oh, this is a vision, and it's of the past. Min sees the future, but he sees the past. Wow, you know, like that's if you boil it all the way down, that's what they're seeing. When of course book readers are like, what's actually happening?
Yeah.
How is this related to the wolves in any way, you know? But then again, the wolves are related in some ways to Tel'aran'rhiod, which people in the chat are saying. So maybe it's a glimpse of the pattern coming straight from Tel'aran'rhiod, or I don't know.
Okay, so speaking of future visions, Matt sticking the dagger into Rand.
Yeah, that was
what's
troubling.
That?
I was like,
does that happen in the books? Because I don't remember that.
No,
okay.
No, what's his face sticks Rand, but later on,
Thane.
Well, in the first
oh wait, shit.
scar that he gets isn't Fane. Fane hits him.
Wait,
in the second
watch
one
spoilers. Watch spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Smart.
Anyways, good call. But anyways, no, but the scene that we saw in her vision doesn't match anything. Maybe my thought is maybe the connection that Matt has with the dagger, and that the dagger's the actual thing that hurts Rand. You know what I mean?
Whoa, that's kind of deep.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm a well.
No, I don't hate
no.
that. That's interesting.
That's good.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because I would think that, maybe to her, both Matt and the dagger are one, or entity kind of, or they're connected. So I don't know.
Okay. I'm also seeing, and I've seen this, and even like I don't know why I'm pretty convinced Flicker is not happening this season, partially because we haven't seen any portal stones yet. But people are saying that like Matt, after the Flicker sequence in the book, comes out and is like, I would never hurt you, Rand, right? I would never hurt you. And so that it's flickerish. It's flickery. It's a
that
little
is true.
flicker kebab there.
Good call.
That is good.
But then like, why is Min seeing like possibilities, right? Because like she's supposed to only see things that are true. Granted, we didn't get her interpretation of what she saw, which is probably the most important element.
Yeah,
that's true too.
Yeah,
I thought it was interesting. It didn't look like Rand and Matt were fighting either. It looked like he just stabbed Rand, and Rand just fell over.
Okay, Cariana, let's listen to could Matt stabbing Rand connect to their promise in Tarvalin to not let the other become like Loghain? Like, that was right along your train of thought, Winespring. Like, what, did he just let it happen?
Jeez.
That's interesting. That's a good call.
That would be madness.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, that one, okay, there was a line when I talked about madness. That was Loghain when he said that the Aes Sedai are lying about the madness. That's how they keep men down and castrated, or whatever it is he says, or so they can castrate us. But at the same time, he's crazy as fuck. So that
also,
was
did that not
he's so good.
Did that not remind anyone of the of book cloaks, like being like, like think about it, like the show, it's all about the women, right? Like they're trying to bring the men down, and like this literally, it sounded exactly like what some of the book cloaks were saying after they were just like, this show's way too much about female empowerment. They're keeping the men down. I was just like, Loghain is speaking on behalf of the book cloaks right now. It's so funny. So
and he has the madness. That's great.
And he's crazy as shit. There was another scene, Rand's dream. Okay.
Oh yeah, the Iron Man dream. Or the one with Celine. Which one? Because I think that was a dream too.
Which one was Celine?
Whenever
dream?
Rand is like on fire and she's like, "Do it," you know, and he's like,
"You don't scare me." Hot.
Hot. No way, that was real though, right? Because he
spanked me harder.
She was all in his dreams.
Yeah.
No, the other one where he's like where everybody's being attacked and shit. So what I wrote down for that was that Matt is missing an eye in that scene. Perrin is axed in the chest. And oh no, I'm sorry. This was that's the wrong scene.
I was gonna say that was Nynaeve's.
That was Nynaeve's.
That was Nynaeve's
too. I didn't realize it was okay.
I'm trying to remember what happened in the dream, but Matt was dead. I think Egwene. He rolled over Egwene, and she was dead. Nynaeve was dead. I think Perrin. He saw everybody dead, and that's the one where you hear Ishii say, "You were mine, Rand al'Thor." And that's when he's standing by the window, and she walks up behind him because he couldn't sleep. That's a weird ass dream, and that's totally Ishii still messing with him. So that I thought that was a really cool way of letting us know that that's still happening.
Or Lanfear messing with them.
Or maybe that's a good point, but unless she's using his, Ishii's voice.
Well, right. I mean, she could be.
She could be, yeah. Well, there's a couple of times where I think he's doing things that are very compulsive feeling.
Yeah.
To me. Like she'll say something to him and he just gives in. Like, oh, it's funny, when we're hurt we want to be alone, but we don't really want to be alone. And she convinces him into freaking bow chicka wow wow, after he hurts that dude. That was very compulsive feeling.
You also mentioned he's 20, and
I did mention he was 20, but wait.
Like sometimes you just need to release.
No, but wait a minute. But that's true.
You're welcome.
Well, Samantha A in the chat's like, "My lord, melt."
Yeah, my lord. Keep the coat on.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I get it.
She goes out of her way to say earlier on that every night is the same thing. Like they've never crossed that line until that point.
Okay. That was what I was like, literally, like right after that happened, every night ends the same. I was like, wait, so have they not done it yet? Like, that was my first instinct. And then I was like,
that's
no,
what I was thinking.
That's silly. But that was my instinct also. So I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
No, that was a very weird thing for me there, where he's apparently been holding her off, and all of a sudden he hurts somebody and he wants to be alone, and she's like, I told you I'm gonna make a shirt for Lanfear's club, and it's gonna be called Moon Kitty's Meow Meow Club.
Please.
You didn't get that?
No, it was different the first time.
It gets better every time. Practice that.
Yeah, Will Ev, I think Ishamel and Lanfear are both doing it too. I think you're right. I think the crazy fire sex scene was Lanfear, and I think Ishii's probably the one whispering, doing the whispery
thing. Oh, and some of the lines that she says in bed though. Oh, you remind me of someone.
Unhinged.
Oh,
I was like,
man.
or when he leaves her and he comes back and she throws his ass against the wall. He goes, "Don't, if you ever leave me like that again, I will kill you."
Yeah, that was the moment I was like, "There she is. There's Lanfear." Like, okay.
Now it's a party.
Yeah. So we haven't even talked about the Game of Houses. How do y'all think that went down?
I thought it was fun. It was very abbreviated.
You
obviously.
think so? Yeah, abbreviated.
It was abbreviated. I would have liked it to be bigger, more
dramatic.
More
dramatic.
Like the guy, where he was at the inn and they kept bringing him notes and he kept chucking them into the fire over.
But that would be a lot over and over again.
Yeah, that would be too much.
That'd be
I
much.
thought for truncating it, they did fairly well, where he did it right in front of, or right in the middle of a party. He just chucked it into a fire.
Yeah. I honestly think the fire move was strictly fan service. Like, it could have like, it was obvious that people were making political moves without him having to be like, okay, I'm getting rid of this note. Also because I'm not sure actually whether his like political life for now is over, because I have a feeling Moraine is headed to Carrion, and it's only going to get bigger. Like, it's going to ramp up from there. But we'll see. You know, if we get more, I'm hoping for more Game of Houses. Let's put it that way. I think.
Oh, there's going to have to be more. Yeah.
I hope so. I hope that wasn't just a one-off, because we need to see him in this code again.
What do we say? Book 4? Spoiler stop at book 4?
You can, like, if you want to do something past it, announce it, and then do the thing where you hold your hand up until you're done talking. You know, that felt pretty effective.
I have a thought. So, I don't remember what book this is.
Okay.
I want to say it's like 5 or 6.
Okay.
So
let's say 6 to be safe, and then hold your hand up while you're
safe. It might even be 7. I don't know, but whatever.
Hold your hand up while you're being spoilery, and then put it down when you're done.
I'm going to be spoilery.
Okay.
So if you don't want to hear it, step away from the computer. But here's my spoiler-y thing. I think we pretty much know. Well, I want to say that the note that Moraine got from Bail Doman, right, is about Lanfear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daughter of the Night.
The fact that he said, "Oh no, yeah, the moon dial shattered or whatever." I was like, that's just fucking perfect. It's a fucking moon dial for Lanfear. That's fucking great. Anyways, she sees that. She needs to stop her, and I think she's heading for Carrion to fight Lanfear because she without the freaking power. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I'm going with it, and I don't remember what book that happens in, so I don't want.
That's book 5.
I mean?
That's book 5.
Yes, 5, right.
Okay, so, are you done spoiling? Because you got to focus on the hand.
Oh,
thank you.
All right, so I'll stop spoiling in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Great.
Okay, we're good.
That's interesting. That is. I was looking away. I didn't even see it. Completely unfazed.
You totally gave me the middle finger.
I did not do that to her. I was sharing it with the world.
So yeah, I guess we haven't talked much about Moraine. We all think pretty certainly that she's headed to Carrion, that the prophecy was the Daughter of the Night rides again, or whatever the fuck. So she knows that Lanfear's out. She knows that the seal was near Carrion, and so that's the target she's headed towards, right? Feels right to me.
No, I'm not saying that.
There's a scene with Moraine. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I'm not saying that the outcome is going to happen this season.
Yeah. But that she's headed to Carrion right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think she is 100%.
No, we know she's headed there. Yeah, but I think that's the reason she's going there.
Right. And then didn't we see like in a preview that Lan like eventually gets somebody to read the poem or whatever, and he's like, oh, and then he's just gonna follow her. Like that's the impression that I get.
I didn't see that. What was that at? I don't remember that.
Sworn.
That's interesting.
Like after the episode or something, that Lan was like looking at the poem with like Varen. I don't know. Maybe I'm having a.
Oh, like next time on.
Like next time.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I have to watch it. Damn it.
You want to watch it? Yeah.
Maybe I'm making it up. I'm sorry. I could be wrong.
Okay, Tavern. You might be able to help me with this one. It's one of these subtle things that happened with Moraine that stood out to me. It was when she was fighting the Murddraws.
Yeah.
I always feel weird saying it. It's Murddraw. Am I saying that right?
I think Murddraw. Yeah, I don't think it needs an S at the end for plural. I think it's just Murddraw, no matter what. Yeah.
Murddraws? Okay,
no. So Murddraw.
She was fighting the withdrawals.
I'm from Texas.
He was fighting the withdrawals.
The Murddraws. So she has her back against the rock.
Yep.
And it's quiet. And they show her foot just slide. And so to me, was that like she was trying to like say,
she was baiting.
I'm moving this way. Okay.
No.
I thought that was so cool.
So, because one, the effect of the Murddraw going in, shadow stepping, phenomenal. So what happened is she was up against the rock. If you watch with closed captions, it says wings fluttering off to the side. She looks, you hear and then the Murddraw comes out of that rock. And so she was like,
there's an audio cue.
Yeah. So, or it was using whatever shadow it heard sound at to come out. So she shifted her foot across the ground to make noise so that it would come out where she was, and she waited for it and stabbed it right up through the
Man.
Fucking
phenomenal.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was incredible.
It's pretty great. Yeah.
Like they really made her character like dynamic and swaggery. Like there were
So
so
much
many
swagger.
scenes where her body language just like she was just yeah.
I mean, she's
It was
dangerous
awesome.
even without the power. Is what it is. She's not. It's
Yeah.
not that she doesn't need the power to be smart. You know what I mean?
Formidable. I think
Yeah,
that's
she's
the word.
formidable
Yeah.
regardless. But what I found was that when they both were there fighting, or when Lan was trying to protect her, that lack of bond was totally in effect, right? She couldn't support him, he couldn't support her, and eventually, you know, they both ended up on the ground. There was a very subtle. Go ahead.
But also in that scene, I noticed Lan is like flipping and flying around in the air while he's fighting.
Yeah,
Like,
no, yeah, he rolled over the bird
just-
girl's back.
He's an
He
amazing
kicked one,
fighter.
then rolled over the other one's back, and
Yeah, like it still seemed like he had like extra strength. It's like,
He's
Yeah.
the Lord
Or
of
maybe
the
the
Seven
talent.
Kingdoms, Winespring. He can
Yes.
do
I mean,
what
clearly he's the Lord of the Seven
he's
Kingdoms.
the
Like,
Aragorn of this thing.
and
Actually,
don't let anybody else try to tell you that it's Stephen, the uncrowned king,
it's not.
or
Steve.
Stefan, whatever freaking hot Mike said.
Okay, so interesting question in the chat: is she shielded or is she stilled? They want us so badly to
Yeah.
believe that she is stilled.
Yeah, it's too much.
I still don't believe she's stilled.
No, she's shielded. She's totally shielded.
I think she's shielded.
I think that
Um,
moment where it looks like she's starting to channel is proving she's shielded. It was like her ability to channel is still there. So with
That-
the two sisters coming in and channel, was able to touch it.
I think that was their.
That was them.
ways.
That
Yeah,
was
I
them.
think that
They
was
were
them.
drawing from the stone
Just
behind.
coming through the rocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
Ah.
That's the first time that I
Okay.
actually noticed that Adelaus was an actual sister, because one, she wasn't dressed like a sister at the house. She didn't act like a sister at the house. I didn't see a ring until well after when they were in the campfire by Tarvalon waiting for Alana to show up at the Warders. I didn't see a ring on her until then, but I did see her channel with Varen at that point when they, and then Varen lit, because I think she made the noise and Varen lit Tomas's sword on fire.
That was so cool.
Yeah, it was freaking so
Okay,
cool.
I saw.
There-
Okay,
So cool.
I don't know
Go
who
ahead.
I saw further up in the chat, but somebody guessed, and if you are right, well done, that
What's the guess?
Lanfear is going to untie Moraine's shield. Can you imagine if she's like? Because think of it, Lanfear. This is in character. Lanfear, being the chaotic girly that she is
That is
going to
true.
be like, I need somebody to take care of Rand while I'm off doing other shit. You're the one for now. Just know that I will come back for him. Here's your power back. Can you see her doing that? Because I absolutely can.
Yeah, and Moraine doesn't pose a romantic threat
fun.
to her either.
Exactly.
That's very fun.
Completely
So
platonic.
I can see that. That's freaking awesome.
That's a really good theory. Whoever you are,
Yeah.
up in the further in the chat, when you said it, it clocked, and then it's gone now. So thank you for that really awesome theory.
Yeah, that was freaking amazing. I love that.
Yeah, that's really fun.
There was one symbolic shot that I thought was the epitome of what was going on with Moraine and Lan. When he's practicing his sword forms, he is standing, there's several trees like this, but he is literally standing next to a tree where the trunk is like thick and solid, and then it splits into two
Wow.
trunks heading in different directions. And I was like, man,
Symbology.
that's symbolic. I was like,
Symbolism.
I just got wine springed.
Okay,
I
there's
just got wine
another
springed.
tree that I want to talk about with Lan.
Okay.
So I love that. So the scene where Lan and Tomas are walking through like the vineyard,
Yeah.
and there's the orange trees. They stop, and Lan is standing under an orange tree, and there's only one orange on it.
I saw that.
It's bare. And it was just, to me, just so like calling for how he feels and their separation. He's alone. So I love that you.
Lan's a
So
sorry,
another tree.
sad orange.
We're clocking the trees.
Oh, man.
We are clocking
It's
the
a sad
trees.
piece of citrus.
Lan is so sad in these episodes.
It's
like,
really,
it's heartbreaking.
yeah.
And
And
every time she is just nasty to him.
She is
That's
so.
the thing.
She's pissing me off. I love Rosamund
Yeah,
Pike.
I was
like,
getting angry too.
Like-
she's treating Lan the way that Leandrin says that warders should be treated like dogs.
Like a dog.
She is treating him nasty.
The thing is, she's doing one. We all know she's doing it on purpose.
I know,
right?
but I hate it.
We know she's doing it on purpose.
He knows it too.
He knows it too. But
she's doing it too good.
Some of the shit she's saying is really getting to him. Like, have Tomas saddle my horse.
I don't want my saddle to slip.
Yeah, I don't want it to slip. Like shit that she knows he's done a million fucking times.
It's cutting.
We're not
she's calling him out on.
She's cutting.
Oh no! Oh, that line.
That was
no! I think you got that wrong.
I think she thinks he's better than her.
That's it.
Yeah.
Kritter got it.
No way would she say that.
She said we were never equals because she thinks that Lan has always been better than her.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Oh, you guys, that's so sweet. I never would have thought that. What episode is that? I'm trying to see if I have the notes.
That's at the end of episode 2.
Yeah. That's when she leaves and leaves him with Alana and her warders.
Okay, I actually want to ask you guys this because it's I would have to sit here and think about how many times I have watched the episodes now.
Oh, Jesus.
How many times have you watched them? Like, have you watched them only one time? Twice. Okay. Twice. Okay.
Twice.
I think I'm at like Kritter? 4, and I'm frankly like,
I get it.
I'm ready for episode 4.
I still have to watch them with my wife because she hasn't seen them yet.
Yeah.
And I have my friend Rachel, who I got into the books.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
Who doesn't have Amazon Prime, who has to come over and watch them as well.
Okay.
Watch party.
Watch party.
So,
well, you know what you should do though?
What eats for recipes for your wife.
That's true.
What eats. You should convince her to get a month free trial just so it looks good for the Wheel of Time, and then like cancel. You know what I mean?
No, she used to have it. She just can't.
Okay.
Right now.
Never mind. Yeah, people in the chat, let us know how much you've watched. We've got a couple of 3 times, so
wow.
But not counting reactors, right? So I think part of it is like, I had my initial like reaction, and then I go back through literally watching the footage from that. So like that, I didn't even count that in the 4 times that I've watched it. And then, like they've been like I had my watch party. It's just been. And I love them. Obviously, if I didn't, then I wouldn't have watched them as much as I have. But I am so ready for a new episode because I just want to see what happens next. I've seen these now enough for now. Obviously, I'll watch them again.
It's weird because it's like I watched them the first time by myself, and I didn't take any notes or anything. I literally just watched, right?
Yeah.
And it was just a lot because not only was it 3 episodes, but it was 3 long episodes, like an hour and 8-9 minutes each one.
They are, and I'm so happy for this. This is not a Rings of Power hour and 8 minutes, by the way. This is a Wheel of Time. Like we're moving,
yeah,
we're getting information.
They cut down the intro to almost nothing.
I think we're gonna get it back though. Somebody in my comments said that it's common for them to shorten the intro in multiple episode premiere drops, and I want to see it again personally.
No, yeah, I love the intro. So they've shortened the intros. Episode 3, the whole Nynaeve thing, the cold open was half the freaking episode.
Oh, bye Winespring.
I don't know if you can call that a cold open or not.
I loved it.
And it lasted like 20-something, 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're not really doing like cold opens as much as they're doing just the episodes.
Well, we got the cold open on episode 1.
Well, yeah, the Darkfriend social, but I think that confused people because people were like, "Oh, is this in the past? What? Like, who is the little girl? Is that Lan or is that Celine?" And it's like, no, this happened at the same time everything else is happening. Like,
I gotta wait for Winespring to come back because I had another weird theory that popped in my head while I was doing my rewatch.
I'm waiting to see her pop back up.
There she is.
There she is. There she is. Bringing her back.
All right, so
she's back.
I was waiting for you to come back because I had another weird theory. When the Seanchan attacked at Atuan Mills, right? Atuan's Mills.
Atuan's Mills.
Atuan's Mills. Welcome. What is it? What do they call that shit in Loki? The TVA?
Oh, to the TVA.
Well, I swear to God, she sounds like Miss Minutes. I'm not kidding. Welcome to the TVA. So when they got attacked, the only person in full armor was Ingtar.
Probably sleeps in it.
He was the only one in full armor.
Oh, you're thinking he knew.
Well, maybe he knew, or maybe he was at a social that evening.
Oh.
And that might be when the social takes place. Because he was in full armor. Now, I don't know. That's a theory. But why else would he be in full armor?
If he was warned. But yeah, either way, sus.
Super
Louis
sus. Super sus. And he got offended when they were like, "Why are you saying a prayer for this Darkfriend?" And Ingtar's like, "You got to ask. Why did they do it? What was the reason behind him, Pat and Fane doing that?"
Yeah.
So that arc
he
is starting.
wars with himself, right?
He's at war with himself.
Yeah.
That arc is already starting to take place, and it's done beautifully in just the
his lines are incredible.
Oh, yeah. I like that guy a lot, which sucks because I fucking.
Also,
I know I like so many Dark Friends.
No, it doesn't suck. No, Ingtar's supposed to be like somebody that we end up liking. Dark One State in the chat says Masima changed in like 3 seconds. The first time I watched the episode, I was literally like, "Oh, continuity error," because he changed so fast that I was like, "There's no way." But now, I mean, I get it. Like, it makes sense that you would throw on a breastplate before charging into battle if you had a second. Like, I get it. But at the same time, it was fast.
I'm just gonna say, Masima's fighting was. There was nobody that was on par with what that boy was doing. Holy shit.
He was intense.
He was so fast.
The Shinarans generally, I thought, like, they looked deadly. They looked better than last season, in my opinion, when it comes to, like, fighting and formidability. Formidability. Yeah. No way that's a real
word.
That's a word.
Formidability. 3 times.
Anyways, I think like whatever was going on with the choreography this season, it slays. Like, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Uno. Like, what the fuck? Sorry, I'm so sad.
You guys, that scene though, where the Seanchan soldier notices his aggression and walks up to him and like this is the one that we're gonna send forward first. He is not gonna submit. We're gonna kill him. It was just
the one that's gonna start some shit.
Yeah.
This is the one we're gonna kill in front of everybody.
And she wasn't wrong, because the moment they started pulling him out, he stabbed the dude like 3 times.
Yeah. Good for him.
The Seanchan are so tactical in every single thing they did. Like, from that person, like that soldier, like looking for who to, bring forward first.
Good God, look at, sorry, you all can't see this, but I've got a screen thing up. Actually, I can show you.
I can see the screen share.
Freaking, Masima's arms in this.
Oh my God, yeah.
Pull it up.
They're like...
this particular thing is hilarious. It's like, you can see them from a mile away. Can you see it now? Can you see?
No.
Can you see it now? Can you? Can you see it now? I'm asking.
I can't.
You can't.
Were you talking about his muscles?
Yeah, can you see the image?
Yeah, I can see the image.
Oh,
I'm looking at YouTube.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, fine.
I'm just watching on YouTube.
Whatever. I tried to share it with you in the collab cam. But anyways, yeah.
It's not coming through.
He's like in the background. And can you see anything? Nothing's coming through?
It's just black screen, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a black screen in our studio, yeah.
Let's try this. How's that?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
My bad. Wrong screen.
I love Uno.
Wrong screen.
He's in the background, and you can still see him. They're, like, wild. I'm sorry. We should not talk about that. We should talk about Uno. So I want to say, for everyone in the chat, that it's a solidified campaign that we're on right now, and that is to bring Guy Roberts back, and the theory is that he was always Guy Dulcane, who's a hero of the Horn. So even if he didn't do a bunch this time, turning of the wheel, he was already a hero of the Horn, and will therefore, I think, we need to have a campaign where he comes back, because I feel like he's like one of the best. Guy is like one of the best people to interact with.
Oh, he's amazing.
He like really cares about the books. He cares about the fans. And of all the random effing Shinarans to murder, obviously this one was going to be felt the most deeply. But I hate it, and I want him to come back. And I don't know. So anyway,
yeah, he's the most loved out of the bunch.
So hashtag bring Uno back. Yes. No, I'm not saying he's ugly, but to be fair, though, maybe in this turning, their version of ugly is the fact that he only has one eye. Think about it. Think about it.
And
It's
I mean,
So
seriously, sitting next to Royale, everybody looks like shit. I'm just saying. And I'm not being at all sarcastic.
Okay, maybe you can help me with this too, Tavern, since you're the warrior here. So, you're a vet, right? So,
yeah, I am. All right, go ahead.
Warrior vet, whatever.
I got it.
So, in this scene where they're riding and they're joking about like taking a piss on the horse.
No.
Is that a thing?
No,
like
that's
when they
not
travel,
what
they
you
just,
meant.
like, piss?
That's not what you meant. That's a very British term.
So it's more like you're just joking. You're just joking.
taking a
right?
piss
You're
means
joshing.
fucking with
You're
somebody.
teasing. Taking a piss is like joking.
Taking a piss on the
You guys are just taking a piss, okay? To get the joke.
I agree. Well, honestly, that's like a little too British. The slang is slightly too British.
That was
like
way British.
Americans.
Like, damn, Loyal, that your horse has 5 legs. What's happening over there?
I am aware that like that's a British slang, but it took me out of it, honestly, because I was just like I don't hear it enough in my daily, like I never hear it in my daily life, and so hearing it on screen, I was like, I understand what this means, but I also find it to be somewhat off-putting, the terminology, the phrasing, and so therefore I would rather they say it in a different way.
Yeah, it really, you're right. It took me out because I was like, that's a very modern slang that didn't belong.
Right. Whereas,
you know,
like, Matt just saying shit was funny. And, like, you know, I feel like probably from the beginning of time, people have been saying shit as, like, a curse. Whereas taking
Uno says feck.
Feck, yeah.
Feck.
Yeah, he said, feck you.
The first
oh my God.
F-bomb of Wheel of Time.
But it wasn't really an F-bomb because it was feck.
It was like frack. It was like Battlestar Galactica F-bomb. Yeah.
But Uno, to the last, was fucking Uno.
He was.
Oh, yeah. That swagger from
the spit heard around the world.
God. And him just like standing up, like, he was like so much shorter than a lot of the Seanchan guards, and he was still just like.
He didn't look shorter though. Like he presented big. Like,
I honestly thought that horn that
character.
Yeah, I thought that the horn that they impaled him on was his own, like as tall as he was, until he knelt down. I was like, he's kind of short.
Oh, this is interesting. The stonerification says foreigners feel the same when American cliches are used in movies. So I was like, what?
Yeah, that's true.
Like what? I'm curious. Like. Because
like, give us an example.
I'm not being. I will like. It's my understanding that like American media is incredibly prevalent, like globally. Like that's my understanding. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But like our films, for example, are like more widespread necessarily than some others. Whereas I know that like Korea is now like getting up there and like having a really successful time, and India has always obviously had a big film industry, but like American films, you know, they get out there. And so I figured people would just be like used to our bullshit, but no, not the case.
No, there's shit that we say.
It's like hold your horses. Is that
maybe, you know, like
that's the only one I can come up with.
Every friend group needs a short king. It's true. And Uno's the short king of Shrinarans, or at least was.
Oh, sad.
Sorry.
Almost sad. You went from aw to aw.
Okay, well,
that was vicious though. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't so much that the guy jammed him onto the spike, but then the next dude just stomped him onto the spike.
Yeah, they literally did like a railway tie. Like, no, that wasn't enough. So we'll do it.
That would be so cool. Like if they give us the like a background or whatever of how they did it, like with the prosthetic and the fake head, or however they. Because I mean, it looked real. It didn't. To me, it didn't look like.
Did you see Guy Harvey's post
about being sick?
Yeah, about having a sore throat.
Oh shit! I literally just believed him. What is wrong with me? Like I was like, oh, he's sick. That's so sad.
No, he was talking about the horn down his fucking throat. I can't talk. I got a sore throat.
Why do I take things at face value? Like, why do I take things at face
value? I don't want to admit it, but I totally didn't get it until now.
Oh, shoot the breeze. Okay, interesting.
Oh, shoot the breeze. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
And behind the 8 ball. See, that's not one that I am.
Which
really
one?
Behind the 8 ball? I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah.
What
don't get behind the 8 ball. Yeah.
Someone's Googling.
No. Don't get behind the 8 ball is fuck. It's
obviously
basically being on the wrong side of something when you're playing pool.
Well, I know, I understand that's a pool reference.
Yeah, but it means getting on the bad side of something. Because if you sink the 8-ball at the wrong time,
you lose.
You're out. Yeah, you lose.
Okay.
Shoot the breeze is interesting. I mean, it's America. We do weapons. Shoot the breeze. We shoot everything. Shoot the breeze. Shoot the vent. The lattes. Shoot. We say shoot everything.
Well, I mean, shoot the breeze makes sense because it's like, you know, you're not getting anywhere. You're not accomplishing anything. You're just having small talk, right? So, but I get it that it's like a bizarre turn of phrase.
Yeah, it is a very bizarre turn of phrase.
Yeah, okay, so it's not just me who didn't catch that about guy. I'm also glad that it didn't make Nynaeve go clad in the light into her test. I think that was a good change.
That so much more tasteful.
Yeah, so much more tasteful.
I was fine with that. Like I told
somebody,
even
the sex scenes are tasteful.
Yeah.
Like,
well, somebody asked me, is there anything, you know, because the kids might want to see it or whatever, and I was like, well, there is the threesome in episode 1.
I feel like that's
and
so fast.
And they were like, no, I know, I did, but I didn't get a chance because she immediately wrote back, the book cloak is coming out. I was like, they don't show anything.
Yeah. They're literally wearing like clothes as far as we can tell.
I love how she's like, oh, Egwene, oh.
But you don't just walk into somebody's chambers, like, unless, you know, I guess we can assume maybe Egwene knocked and they didn't answer. Maybe.
Because they were busy.
Because they were busy.
Yeah, they were a little too busy discussing wardery things.
Obviously. Okay, so this has been a 2.5 hour stream. And so I think it's about that time to like start winding down. And so what we always do at the end of the Wheel and Chill show is kind of give final thoughts, anything that we didn't talk about that we wanted to mention, anything, projects we have going on. Literally, it's just whatever we want to talk about. And we go around in a circle, and that's just the way we end it. Before we do that, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's been in the chat. You guys have been super fun. It's a tickle threesome. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could talk that one away with like children, I think.
If they even notice it.
Oh, Kevin Mundweiler giveaway. Okay, fine. Let's do one sticker. Let me see if I can get my chat bot pulled up without crashing everything. So 1 second. If it goes away, I love you all. But let me pull it up. Okay, hold on to your butts. Are we back? We're back.
Hold on to your butts. Is that one of those sayings?
Is that another one?
Is that one of those sayings? Hold on to your butts.
Yeah.
Well, that's just straight out of Jurassic Park. Like, that's not even... Okay, we're going to do a giveaway while we do final thoughts. I'm pulling the chat bot up. So as soon as you see, I believe you do exclamation point. Well, it'll tell you what to do. You do whatever it is while we're doing final thoughts. So, Tavern, why don't you go first?
Dusty Moth wants 2.5 more hours.
Well, next week, Monday.
Yeah.
And we'll just have one episode to talk about.
Yeah, we'll give you 2.5 more hours, but it'll be a week away. Okay, so thoughts. I did a lot of looking into these scenes. And somebody was saying it earlier. The woman and the girl that were killed by Fane and the Darkfriends that Perrin got glimpses of in his viewing are 100% not the one from the Darkfriend social. One, the girl was way older, and 2, as you can see, maybe not. Hold on, let me.
It is completely white.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
As you can see, I drew the pattern on the Darkfriend social skirt, and it did not match.
Wow.
Yeah, it did not match the lady on the ground. Because
Okay.
I'm that anal. Yeah, and other than that, I think first 3 episodes have elevated the show by a lot. I mean, I get that people are angry. You know, it's not a word for you can't do that. 1, 2, it would be hard, almost as possible, especially with 15 books. But you know, take your anger somewhere else. We're in season 2. What would Uno say? Oh yeah, feck off already about with your book cloak bullshit.
Fair.
All right, I'm done.
Wine Spring, go ahead. Also, I started the giveaway exclamation point raffle for a Kritter XD sticker. If you want it,
Kritter XD
enter
sticker.
the raffle. Thank you. Okay, Wine Spring, go ahead.
Okay, final thought is the best line from the 3 episodes is Maxim saying to Nynaeve, "It's Alana Sedai."
Oh yeah.
The energy of that man defending his woman was.
That is Alana Sedai.
I started
It was
blushing.
a good soup, you guys. It was a good soup.
I literally just started blushing. Like, you're right. The energy.
Yeah, that was such a good line.
Like, I think I've watched that scene a few times. That's sexier than any of the other things that they.
Oh my god,
the
the way Maxim and Ivan are laughing and playing while Nynaeve's physically trying to beat the shit out of them. And like Ivan takes her sword away and then gives it back to her.
So good. All right, so I guess for my final thought, I'll actually answer somebody in the chat who said how did Loyal survive a dagger to the chest? I tweeted about this today because upon consideration and discussion with people, I've determined that Loyal is not susceptible to the evil of the dagger because he's an Ogier, not a human, and the dagger and the evil of Shatter Logoth is inherently human evil. So obviously it is still a pointy object, but also in season 2 of the show, I believe it was Nynaeve or Egwene who said that we've seen Aes Sedai heal people from essentially the brink of death, or like bring people back from the edge. She said something where it was like Aes Sedai can heal almost anything, and so what I think she saw was the Aes Sedai healing all of the people that were in that room that were on the verge of death, including Loyal. And the reason Loyal wasn't consumed immediately was because he's an Ogier, not a human, and Ogier aren't greedy, they're not self-centered, they're not likely to strive for power.
They're giant hobbits.
They're giant hobbits, and so that's why. And you know, spoilers, kind of, but I'll just leave it at they're not human. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's helpful to you, but that's where I'm at.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was great.
I agree with Tavern that these episodes are a step up. I am so excited to see what happens the rest of the season, especially once everybody gets to Falm, where I think they're going. And episode 4 is just a first step. And can you believe that we only have 5 weeks left? Like the 3-episode drop is like,
that's killing me. I hate that.
It sucks.
And then there's people that are like, oh, we wish the whole thing would be dropped at once. No,
that would hurt.
That would be too much.
That would be so much.
Couldn't handle it.
No,
too much.
Too much to do.
I'm not joking. I thought we were getting way too much shit before the shows even dropped.
Yeah. And I love that so many people were complaining that we weren't getting enough, and then we got too much.
Yeah, we got too much.
So yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone. I'm so happy that you both were here and that we had a chance to talk to Erin and that everybody was so engaged in the chat. And I'm going to close the raffle. So thank you all for entering, and let's pick a winner. We're going to close and then pick, and it's Joshua Engelke. Joshua, Engelke. Please send me a DM either in Discord or on Twitter or whatever with your mailing deets, and I will get this mailed to you. Also, I have some person who won two people won a giveaway last week or 2 weeks ago, and only one of them I think gave me their address. The other one did not. And so if that's you, person, please contact me with your address so I can get you your sticker. That's going to be it.
Oh, yeah, we didn't...
What?
We didn't cut... We'll have to talk about it next week to see what happens, but the lines where Varen confronts Moraine that she knows, and about the prophecies and the fight in the sky.
That was very great, Hunt. I loved it.
Yeah, so we need to talk about that some other time, but yeah.
We can hope for a fight in the sky. We'll leave it at that. Congratulations, Joshua. Thank you all for being here, and we'll be back next week to talk about episode 4. Hashtag what eats, everybody. All right.
What eats?
We're out. Bye.